Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
And if
Time check.
God is for us,
It's 18 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Gong Report.
and if our God is with us, then what can stand?
Hey, Vidya, good morning, Nathaniel. Janelle, good morning, Samantha. Rajan, good morning to you. Donna. Farmer Kane, Farmer, good morning to you. Regent Jamaraj, good morning. Troy Smith. And your wife, good morning to you all. The Hulk, Peter. Elizabeth Lamb, good morning to you. Natasha Wells. Sean Smith. There are Troy Smith and a Sean Smith. Faith, good morning to you.
Our God is greater.
Hey, Mr. Clarence and Faye, a pleasant good morning to you all.
You are high.
Faith, good morning, Desmond. Carmen, good morning to you, Angela.
Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
Lenora, come about, a pleasant good morning to you, Margaret.
Our God is great.
Janet Singh Kaladin, a pleasant good morning. Sudish, good morning to you, Lucky Lal.
You are high.
The Hulk, rah, good morning to you.
Our God is healer.
Sandy Jones, a pleasant good morning to you.
Our God. Our God.
Rosmin Ramgulam, a pleasant good morning to you.
And who could ever stop us? And lift
Rick Lutchman, good morning.
us. And what
Hey, Boojam John, a pleasant good morning to you. Jesse, Jess School, good morning.
for us?
Majid Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Hafina, Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you.
With us. And what can stand?
Stefan Miraj, a pleasant good morning to you.
Stand again.
Hey, Timothy Roberts, good morning. Hey, Ruby Sami, a pleasant good morning. Marilyn Sicharan, a pleasant good morning to you. Joyce Rambucks, good morning. Hey, Princess Stone, good morning to you. Nadira, good morning. Sandy Jones, your early girl. Michael Scotland, a pleasant good morning to you. Zandu, good morning. Ruthless.
Open the
Hey, Damian Acton, Vincent, a pleasant good morning to you.
There's no one like you. None like you.
Hey, Kishana,
The darkness you shine.
Ramsukal, a pleasant good morning to you.
Out of the ashes we rise.
Hey, Jamal
There's no one
Phillips, a pleasant good morning. Samuel, good morning. Pringala Mohan, good morning to you. Hey, let me say good morning, teacher Balmain, good morning, baby. A pleasant good morning to my baby. Hey, video from Vancouver to a pleasant good morning to you. All videos, Tara, all of you.
God is here.
Anne-Marie Amen, Matilda Rhodes, good morning to you all. A&A doubles and roti. Noble Brown, Gita Brown. Hey, Kevon, good morning, Sadia. Hey, granddaughter Scaly, good morning. The Iron Lady outside, the Juice Woman, good morning to you. Jimmy Ramcrit, good morning. Donna Gockins, a pleasant good morning to you. Anderson Wilson and the Beatum, his wife, all of you, the Beatum people, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Lorna, good morning. Miss Brooklyn, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Lawrence, good morning to you. Who are forgetting, only just send me a message, man. Don't let me forget only at all. And it's not a forgetting, there's so much names to remember off the head. So sometimes you hear your name called, sometimes you hear your name called, sometimes you hear other people's name called. Hey, Postman, aka.com. Rafi, aka.com Postman. His father, all of you, sister, brother-in-law, all of you, Tony. Good morning to each and every one of you. Das, husband, all of you, Das, good morning. Not forgetting at all. Hey, Nasa Hussein, good morning. The Mohan brothers. My two brothers, good morning, Keisha and Ali. Hey, Valencia West. Good morning to you, Neely Silva. Delia, good morning. Hey, KK, school today? Who was I forgetting? I ain't forgetting nobody, eh? Hira, good morning to you.
And what can stand against? And if our God is for us, they who
Chandamati, good morning to you. Sandy, good morning. Ramjan, good morning to you. Pearl Daniel Singh. Andrea Alfonso, good morning. Angela Lochan, good morning. Jason Jeffries.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang. Our God is greater, our God is stronger, our you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power, our God. Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than
Jody, good morning, Jody Ann Brown.
healer, awesome in power, our God. Our God
And Zora Karim, good morning to you. Michael, good morning.
is for us,
Anthony, good morning to you.
stop us, and lift
Harry Prasad, Daniel, good morning.
and what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our
Hey, Janice Roman, good morning.
and what can stand against?
That's what we talking about. Hey, Mr. Goben, good morning. Davika Balkarena, pleasant good morning to you. Biznat Prasad, good morning to you. Ramchan, good morning, Ramchan. That's what we talking about. A Survivor, good morning. Well, they're coming on fast and furious now, boy. Kathleen, good morning to you. They're running for my eyes quick now. Equafora, good morning. Michael Scotland, good morning. Judy Ali, good morning to you. Sukai, good morning. Hey, Don Lopez, good morning. Nigel Black. Time and Talk, good morning to you.
Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like
Pamra Chand, Sukraj, good morning to you. Susan Moody. Bihari, a pleasant good morning to you. Portia, John Charles. Edward, good morning to you.
out of the ash.
Josoja, good morning to you. Zamid, good morning. Sita, Uncle Breeze, good morning to you. Samantra.
None like you.
Andy Ramlal, good morning to you. Nazali and Mr. Ali, good morning. Annie, good morning. Lucky Lal, good morning to you. Danny, good morning. All they moving fast and furious. Outer side. Brian, good morning to you. Roland Kand, good morning to you. Karma. Hamid, good morning to you. Point Dexter Philip, good morning.
The darkness you shine.
Chris Mahabio, pleasant good morning to you. Selwyn Batiste, good morning.
Rise
Portia Phillips, good morning.
like you.
Sharma, good morning to you.
Our God is greater.
Hey Claudia, oh boy, disappear already. Do that, Mohan, good morning.
Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
Hey Christopher, Calendar, good morning to you.
Our God is great.
Esther Smith, good morning. Gail, good morning. Hey Juliana Francis, good morning to you. Calvin, the O'Brady Bunch, a pleasant good morning to you. Rambo Ali, man. Raymond the Saunders, good morning. Hey, everybody like the one early this morning, boy. Edwin, everybody. Nathaniel, everybody. Jagyo. Lochan. I think we had two Lochan a senior, boy. Pamela Palu. What's up, my sister? Good morning to you. Mary V, good morning. Samantha, I don't tell you good morning already.
God is with us, and what can stand against?
Evelyn Quadna Foster, pleasant good morning to you. All our name, boy. Where the hell will we all our name? Diane, legendary. What's up, girl? You up early? Oh, you might be now rich. I know seen your name, man. You're now rich. You say early and yo. Ann Jackman and the whole family there. Good morning, Ann. And your whole family. Ann Bung, good morning too. Pundit Param Maraj. What's up, Pundit? And let me say a pleasant good morning to all my pundits at Luxon. Good morning to you all. Imam Kazim and all my imams. A pleasant good morning to you, bishops. Yes, all my Baptist people. I had to get some powers this morning, you know. Yeah, let me bring in the Holy Spirit. Ding-a-ding. Hear them ding-a-ding. Yeah, long time I catching my powers, you know. Man hitting me all kind of lash. Don't do that. You're mocking the faith. I said, no, auntie, I'm mocking the faith at all. I'm feeling the Holy Spirit. God, ding-a-ding. And they're jumping up all over the place. And it hit them so they shake, they fall long. I like them to fall long after. You know, some of them like to collect all their bag, their brown bag with all the goodies for the children now. Some of them kind home for this one, that one kind of thing. That one like 5-6 bag. I like them catch the powers right by the bag there, so catch the powers. When the Holy Spirit hit them and the ding, eyes are like boy there, so right there, so not so Calvary Spirit. Rada, good morning to you. Yeah, right there, so when they catch that powers there, so and they and they had a bag there, they drop down there on the ground there, beating up there. I go on with 2 bags, I say right. Yeah. Go on with 2 bags one time, look, I'm still alive. Go on like vexing me at all. I was a young fella. The Holy Spirit catch them and the Holy Spirit give me the opportunity to go with 2 out of the 5 bags. Them of them was greedy. The grandchildren turn right there, you know. All they go with 5-6 bags still and only want to give me 1 bag. Don't give me 1 brown bag of goodies at all to go with. Gotta give me about 2-3. I want for the day, the blessings. The next day I must have a bag. And the next day I have a bag too. Because I get anything out of that bag to go to school with. Remember I grew up hard, you know. Poor. Yes, I have an next bag so again, my snacks out of the bag to go to school with. Yeah, so that's Saturday, that's Sunday. Getting. I only waiting for the spirit head them, yes? When they drop down, so I go on with the bags. 4 or 5 bags, I'm looking for a bag a morning, so that is. If I can get 5, I go up, put it outside, hide somewhere. I come back in, I ain't got no bag. I saving up my bags, you know. Yeah, because I had to get a bag for Monday. Like my snacks for school. Bag for Tuesday. You say I can admit that now. God in vexing me not so LP. Where God vexing me tell your partner for? Be glad I take some of them back who catch the powers there. The Holy Spirit hit them to share.
Into the darkness you shine.
Yes.
Yes.
Mala, good morning. Where doing you? No reach, Mala. Audrey, Greenwich, you no reach. Yeah, and I catch up powers and they break bread and rejoice, break bread and rejoice, break bread and rejoice in Jesus' name, and rejoice in Jesus' name, and rejoice in Jesus' name, and rejoice in Jesus' name. And when they catching the powers and think they may vex at all. And so Wilson, I don't call you on all in the beat time already, you know. All you late. You say you get up early and watch down and watch everything on the beat man. When Layboy walk in and they want attention on the beat man. All that and you know lock on. You're late. Alright, let me see where I reach here. I don't say so early morning to him. Janice, I don't modest. Yeah, I don't tell morning day.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever?
Rose, C%, a pleasant good morning to you.
Our God is with
Job, good morning.
what can stand?
Radical, good morning.
And if our God is
Annie, good morning. Hi, Abraham.
stop us,
And all Annie's, good morning, Ann Brown.
with us,
I don't tell you morning, Ann Brown.
stand,
All the back there so vexing me, you know. Because God was working there.
stand.
You know, back then when I think I had a girlfriend named April. April? I used to say, well, it's May. You remember it's April? I born April the 7th. April? Yeah. Hey, April father was Winston Devines. Yeah. The big arranger, the music man, who arranged plenty of crazy tunes and all them things. Yeah, he had a daughter named April. They live in Patna village up there, the Patna side up there.
Our God is greater. Our God
Hey, Antoinette guy. Good morning. My mother name is Ann, but she real name is Antoinette, you know, because she Ann for short.
our God is here.
Only seeing names that are familiar with this. So. The only name I ain't seen there yet is my grandmother own. That old PNM Jagabat.
And if our God is for us,
Yeah, but in a good way. Glenda Isaac, I now see you. Joanne. Ramrachan, I now see you too. Rupab Lal, I now see you too.
can stand again.
Where the now come?
Our God is for us,
Why you late?
who could ever stop us?
I feel a little better. And Maria, I mean, I don't tell you morning already. You and Matilda Rhodes and Marilyn Seacher and all of you. My old school darlings all you.
Stand again.
Where's that? Oh God, only I know that Z silent or something half for Z. Half freeze. Oh God, half free. Oh Lord, free. All of us says Muhammad.
Water you turned into
All the ball this morning, Andy. Send my voice so let me pronounce that.
the eyes of the
A freeze, Mohammed. Send my voice note with your name and say my morning and what's up. Some of the who only find I pronounce all the name good at all. Send my voice note. Let me hear all the name once in my head there and how all this pronounce it and I say it sinking there. Because sometimes the way a name spell is not how the hell it is. It's how it's song, you know. You spell a name and you pronounce your name correct, and then the person tell no, that's not what they say. It is like oh, it have Jeanne and Jeanne and what kind of bacchanal thing. That is what I don't tell you morning already. Marlon Chitaran, Romel, Mohammed, you know how long me and see you where was Gloria morning. Eden Rowe. Eden, the first time I seen this name, you know. Ethan. Morning. Matty Matt. I ain't see you yesterday, no Matty Matt. What are you laughing at? I seen plenty of you laughing. Andy, are you a Baptist faith member? I is a member, I the seek blessings in all religion. Send him more hand, good morning in outreach. I know people calls there and saying that. Danny Motilal. I now seen you there to a people calls on this one here, you see? I now come across on this one. I was on the next one this one want to move too fast sometime. I don't tell her I miss nobody here, man. Watch. I miss nobody there. Abraham, everybody, Natty, morning, Andrew. Morning, Andrew. Right. I miss somebody. Joanne, I don't tell you morning. Dookie. Morning, Dookie. Sensible. I don't tell you. Let me call she name Papa no. Peggy Ann. Yeah, Peggy Ann. Oh God. Sure. Peggy Ann, man. I just call she Piggy. Yeah. Remember, I ain't too bright. Some people say, you know, so. But I Peggy, look she. Nice woman, you know. Yeah, nice woman. Peggy, where you is? You in Trinidad? Huh? You ain't a tree name. Which one all your man want a nice woman day? Look at this nice woman day on the Facebook day. Peggy Ann. Yeah. Mr. Mohan, sir. Darren Mohan, sir. They my Christian partner here, you know. When he talking, he'll talk to me normal thing, boom. I won't lie, sometimes I go just have a late beverage. He still is talk normal and thing, and then he will let you know God is good and thing. Look at me only, this fella here. That Mohan. That Denver Mohan, brother. That Counselor Mohan here only. Watch him there. You only see them there? Yeah. That my church boy counselor. He was not Bella Roses, you know. Yeah, I hear he used to drink more than me. If the spirit pass, he gone with the spirit too. You know what they say? Alcohol have a spirit. Like how P&M gone with the fumes. Not even fumes they leave to run the country. Yeah. That fella they if the spirit, the fumes, anything he did go. That not near drink and thing. The man changed on his life. The man is a man of God. Yeah. You say, Andy, it's nothing to have a beverage of a stag or so, you know. No, but you cannot, you mustn't overdo and thing and say, I don't overdo at all, not me at all. I just drink a stag once a month or so sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you drink that at all neither. Cause all up on studying Trinidad. Where you brother? Your brother himself come on yet? Eh? Oh, I miss somebody, I think somebody. Ruth Rockbill Maharaj, morning. Yeah. We gotta get some God in this place, you know. Yeah, we don't bring God in the place. LP, morning. I miss nobody, you know. It's time for you to get on to business, you know. Right, Sally. I now see Sally there. Yeah, Canadian. Morning. Where's that? No water for 7 days now to market Lavanti. HGC building. Audrey, I feel the rest of them they had the water, you know. Yeah, that the Greenwich. Remember you papa big you on this, you see flag flying outside the gallery, overseeing all them paying people there. They cut your line from downstairs. Go and check it. Michael will carry he to break bread and rejoice, break bread and rejoice. I'd like to he come from the kingdom, we come from the kingdom of glory. No, oh yes, believers. Oh yes, believers. He come from the kingdom. He come from the kingdom of glory. Yeah. I used to like to. The devil is mad and I'm so glad. Glory, hallelujah. Because his soul and thought he had. Glory, hallelujah. And if you want to see the devil run, glory, hallelujah, you're going to shoot him with the gospel gun. Pow! Glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory. Glory, hallelujah. I like Jehovah Witness too. And some days I try all of them and all. But when I was a young fella, I ain't gonna lie too. But then God forgive me with the Jehovah Witness. Yeah. You know, you start to repent and thing, you know. Yeah, I repented on the program this morning.
Darkness you shine.
Every Saturday, I done have to do all that work already. Tote water full of barrel, 2 barrel.
We rise.
Man, and I had to tote that water from go down by the savannah. That time water reach up in the hole here, there in Bagatelle, there up in there. Down by the savannah. So when I go down by the savannah, there, you know, you see cricket going on that. So early I get one full of barrel.
Our God is stronger.
Saturday is still kind of thing, you know. I walk by, oh God.
Our God is healer.
Fine guy into that water, there is blazement tail, you know, licks. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, you know.
Our God is great.
On a Saturday now, they I think it's Jehovah Witness or yeah, Jehovah. Because the 7 days don't be out on a Saturday. They'll be out like the Sundays is the thing. The Saturday them well, you know there's one on Saturday now. Oh God, it's on top of my head here, you know. Morning, not morning, is the Baptist morning. Oh God, somebody write it up now. Where is one on Saturday again, there, boy? Right, I miss nobody here. Let me go back. Let me see what I miss. Oh, I think I see Jennifer. I don't call Jennifer already. Oh God, on a Saturday, they now. I don't call Carol. Maharaj, good morning. I call Carol already too, man. Send him one, all of them. Then Dial, Ramdas. I think I know call you there. Yeah, morning. What I do on a Saturday? Fast? Yeah, fast. Fast. Yeah, I think it's fast. There's fast on a Saturday. You can't disturb them from 6 to 6. Yeah. Earl, morning. Saeed, morning. Saeed, yes. Mom, yes. I see you all of them. I call all them and Jennifer. All Jennifer. Cletus, morning. Peggy. Look, Peggy now. Yes, she. Thank you, Andy. You are correct. Yes, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. Gonzal. Yeah, Gonzales. Yeah. So let's see Peggy. Die Peggy the only. Die Peggy the only. Chan, morning. Right, I ain't miss nobody, man. Ban, you they still get trouble by Ban? Let me see if you write any stupidness this morning, eh? Hi. Round of applause, hi, Ban. Andy, how come the UNC not talking about BRICS, but are celebrating PM Moody on his way to a BRICS summit in Brazil? Why ain't call the finance minister and ask him that? What the hell you asking me, man? I look like I say MP or minister or something. Ask the finance minister that. Why you call Mr. Dave Tanko and ask that? What you asking me? Will let him celebrate Pupi and Mugina? Etc. Only hope I pronounce this right here, you know. Chicha, morning. Yeah. Who the hell man asking me this over the day, boy? I don't tell Duki morning already. Mulin. Morning, Duki. I tell Sally, well, Sherry and Pasada now see where was. Ban, let me what Ban saying again. All you need to talk about bricks if all you can so much respect for Moody. And I don't believe you're trying to say can so much respect for Moody. I don't believe you're saying if all you have so much respect for Moody. All right now, I don't want to think correct you in Oban. You just get trouble. Selena Maharaj, morning, I don't see you. Tommy, I don't tell Tommy morning, man. Marlon Sitaran, all of that. I miss nobody, man. Rose, all of you. Precious, morning. Roll Passad, morning, I miss you, you're late. Frank Andy Babilal, morning. You are not late. Jesse, I don't tell Jesse, morning. Ray Ruben Lal, morning. Who am I missing there now? Jennifer, all the Jennifers. Ramsamy, all of you, all Jeffries. All right, look, Sabbath. Yes, the Sabbath. Oh, I think you already story. All you feel are running from all you. Don Lopez, morning. Sharon, Jogi, morning. Yeah, look, Darren, look my picture man here. No, look my picture man. Look my picture man. Counselor, the Christian man counselor. Yeah, the man turn your life around all you. The man, what's me? The man, I show, but I tell you, no people like to exaggerate again the pitbull story of how that man was. They say Bayron was joke. Well, me, you know, They say it's Bayron everything. They say the spirit, it didn't have no spirit. Was good, was too high for him. Kala, young, hip, die black Chinese. Morning. Alan Hercules, morning. All I know reaching, all I know. Viram, Ragunan, morning. All late, look at. Diane, where's the latest girl, Diane? Abraham, morning. Who else? Nathaniel. Yes, I that child of God. So, what do you think about how about taking the bags for school, boy? Anytime do nothing wrong, God give them the Holy Spirit. Drop down the kids of powers. Getting. And the shaking up. Sometimes they put the vase, the gold vase with the flowers. I waiting sometimes, you know, some of them, they want to catch the powers at all. For me to go with some of them bag, the greedy. I say, but why they ain't catching that powers, boy? So I waiting too. Because you say, I attend my aunt church too. She had a Baptist church too. She was a mother. Mother Eva. But I think she had an next Baptist name too, you know. Yeah. And when I find them catching the power, I say, boy, no bag, boy. This one bag thing. I waiting for the pretty vase, the gold vase with the flowers thing. Sometimes it has a candle in it. And they touch that gold vase on the forehead there so. And they start to shake so.
You turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind.
Wait. Let me get back this tune. Oh, I don't go with the Jovial thing first. We went on all. I don't go with what went on with the Jovial first before we open it. Like, George! Ramdeen, morning. I don't go Paul Daniel say, I tell you morning already. Tom Ford, you're late. Tilok Singh. Mala, I don't call all already, you know. Sonita Gopal, you're late, you know. I think it's two people call me, they tell me they're looking for a wife. They're looking for a wife. Their house, everything. But some hey, Dennis! See Paul! Morning to you and Journey. Morning. Jacqueline Wells, you late to Maryland, from Maryland Day. You late. Where laughing at Jacqueline Wells? Eh? Where laughing at? Eh? Oh, Balroop, where you? You in Trinidad here? Or you taking sun up there in Canada? Oh, it's snow. William, morning William. Davey, all Davies, morning. Yeah. Sarindra, Lachman, morning. Indrid, Jagdio. India, Jagdio, morning. Eh? Well, I can't call all them name, you know. Batson! Morning, Batson. Dave Maraj. Morning. I done call everybody there, you know. It's time. Cyril. Rup Chan Singh. Morning. Right. We're Black Chinese Day. People, I'm going to get ready for work. Lock on. Yeah, Black Chinese. What? I hate too. Where hate too there, boy? No hate, man. No hate. No hate. I hate too. Davy. Si Pasad. Where hate? Don't hate nobody now, man. We are God in the building. All kind of pundit. All kind of imam. All kind of bishop and pastors and all kind of. Hey, Pastor John, morning, Pastor John. See, all kind of pastors, all kind of thing here. Where hate they don't hate nobody, man. Look at Omati. Mohammed. Morning. Yeah, Omati Mohammed, man. Sherian. I don't tell Sherian, but it's sensible, all of them. No Andy. No snow. It's summertime. Oh. I go get to see all them things in a little bit, you know. I go be traveling a little bit, some other place, while I don't get me accommodate me for a little date or so. I bounce by this one, bounce by that one, and move about, you know. Oh! The lady said, all right, yamping Black Chinese. Andy, the lady says she late. Not hate, but I see hate. I swear it's hate I see. All right, look, she's saying it here. Andy, I say late, but they say hate, they make a mistake and you put the H now. But don't worry about that, don't worry about that. Jacqueline Wells, I come in Maryland. Yeah. All the treat all the pit bull good, you know. Black Chinese. Or we here grow up so girl, what more you open up here so all kind of thing. You get man and thing or? Where the hell is this? Black Chinese here grow up and think they open out there, they ain't looking like no Black Chinese again. Roma Price, you late. Nancy Basdio, you late too. Davika Singh, you late too. Roger. Nah, Roger like he the only time. Yeah. Right, so let me go now. I ain't calling no more names at all. Look at the time already. Just now, the Gael family coming on. Eh? Right. But God forgive me all this. So let me I had to put on some kind of next tune, right? Back a nice gospel something. We have to go. Why go in and say they? God done forgive me, and I like my all my little gospels and I like all my Indian music too, you know. But I just call them Indian gospel. And Muslim prayers, alright. Well, Indian prayer, but you know it are the nice Indian prayers we're singing up and thing. People are saying I play and thing already. I like that. When I say Indian, because let me be the right way. I like Muslim prayer, Hindu prayers and thing too. Yeah. I like them thing. I went all Hindu thing and thing, you know, and Muslim thing and take off my shoes and thing and wash my foot and hand and all kind of bacchanal thing. All they don't get to happen, you know. Hey. Peace in Allah. Allah bless me. Hey. Mother latch me. Everybody bless the pit bull, you know. Yeah. What are you looking for here? Nah, I can't say what we got to do, We can't go there in with what we got to do. Have a new government and we have hope. That kind of thing we used to play a long time there, that was a kind of. All right, I will play this here. Yeah. Let me catch G Spirit. I will play a little piece of this, get the story, and then I'll play a piece of the next one, and then we go thing. let me close the eyes. Let me bow we head before we start the program. And let me tell you what I do what I did to the Jehovah witness and them. My mother on a Saturday when the passing, remember the passing they give me the late books and all kind of thing. And I want to go in the savannah and play. And every time, my mother only sending me, anybody home? Are you hiding and all kind of thing? But she had always to be hiding. She hiding from them. But she sending me to take God, to take prayers. So I go in, think. I start a point, I get fed up. Because I want to go in the savannah and play. Remember, it's a boy, man. Man, a day I stripped naked and went and greet them naked. You know? Oh my God. Oh. Say, baby. Was bad and we busy today, busy. They never pass back for a while, you know. My mother only every Saturday looking for them. She said, well, come on, sister, this and that impasse. Well, remember my next lesson that you had to think there with the lesson because remember you had to go through the booklet, you know. I said, well, I don't know, boy, like sister and them, like they ain't well. My mother ain't know is naked. I come out there naked, walk naked and meet them. I said they take a little while before they come back. They mean if they say they see the devil when I walk out there. I don't know. But I'm healed. Saying that I get all my prayers from them after because they come back after a little while. Eh? But at least I get some Saturdays well where I could go in the savannah and I had to take that kind of prayers, you know. But God forgive me and them Jehovah's and them know I was a child and he forgive me. Yes, they forgive me. Let me take some prayers for that confession day. Let me take some prayers for that confession. Yes, let me take some prayers for the Almighty God. No, I didn't know what I was doing, but I needed to get rid of them for a while because I needed to go in the savannah to play sports. Yes, Jacqueline Sammy, I surrendered all upon them. And they realized like I was healed and they didn't come back for a while. Because I surrender all my sins, I surrender them to them. I want to have a sermon for all the PNM MPs and them penny, all of them, yeah. It's going to be a very hard one. My sermon will have cocaine, broom, kind of thing, because I don't know, it's a serious devil, all of them having them.
Bang, bang, bang.
Holy. While you're feeling that spirit, yes, before we organize and start this morning on a positive vibe. Amen.
Bang, 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 bang.
I have one more for you before we start the morning. Hey, let me know if Gael the Caribbean come on your date, Carol Channel to people.
I hear my name call. I hear my name call.
Hey, 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 hey. Last one. And let me get on to business.
Amazing grace, how sweet the time that saved the wretch like me. I was lost, but now am found. Was blood, but now how sweet trust grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my free relief. Our precious that for grace the hour of first believe my chains I've been set free.
Let the rest of the message to Mickie K. Let him know. Gael. And Munsami, send that message. Let him know. Hey. Let the Gael family know it's time to hook up. Yes, we are having a revival. We have a revival. Hey, I feeling the spirit.
The Lord has promised His word, my hope, security. Have you, my shield and part? As long as the life and breathe, my chains are I've been set free. My God, my Savior, has come to me. In the light of His mercy ways, I need the Lord. Amazing I need the Lord. Amazing grace.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
To save like an sun for me to shine.
Hallelujah.
Why can't let me hear below? You be forevermore. You be forever.
bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Hear me name call.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice, we make sure we bring the Holy Spirit. Our souls is at peace. And now is to organize and get down to business when it comes to the governance of Trinidad and Tobago. When it comes to working with the government in order to carry us from one place to the next. We're coming to being part of governance of our country. Yeah. We want to make sure gone as the days we had to go in when you go by the hospital there, you're taking long. A whole half day just to get treated. Yeah. We're making sure we go done them days and them days. Hallelujah. Let's say hallelujah there, man. Right, well, for we day, let me go. I will deal with them headliners and them in a bit. I'll deal with all those headliners in a bit. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to our Gael family, Gael, Trinidad and Tobago, Gael, the Caribbean. A pleasant good morning to you all. And welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Ground Report. What? Andy, lot of statics? No. Let's check out good. Why don't start me with that kind of thing this somebody there, you know? Don't do that. Think only you in my good day? Tell me, only you in my good day? Right, when I talking, everything good? Tell me. Like how I talking, you right, and the girl, who tell me a lot of statics there? Let me check. Don't show off me and one lag out, we put in this thing there and we can't afford to get no statics, you know. Angela, right, you in my loud and clear now. No statics, right? Right, I hope so. Right, quick, right. Let me hear. Man, I feel it's your television set, you know. Come, you had to do some praise by you there a little bit more. Right, Angela? Yeah, maybe the music is static. Could be. You know. Right, look, they're saying loud and clear, not derail everybody. Oh, God, look, this strap where this one you're saying. Yes, Andy. Right, yes, Andy, meaning what? Static or loud and clear? Legend there. Yeah, what you doing, man? Look, Black Chinese say, it no static. It's loud and clear. Lucky Lal say, no static on my side. Loud and Brandon. Hey, Brenda. Oh, look, Brenda here, man. Yeah. Morning, Brenda. Look, Daro say no static. No static, Andy. Look, Nathaniel. What Nathaniel say? I love to laugh every day, and Andy, you start me up. Yes, partner, that's good. Oh, Andy. Real static. Nah. The Hulk, that because you walking by the damn studio, you walking somewhere by the transmitter or something, so you go have static the Hulk. Remember use the Hulk, you know. You walk there shaking the damn place. No static, Andy, look at. No static. What you telling me about? Nadira, no static. All you see me, let me start this program, eh? Right, loud and clear, but all you're talking about on TV, guy, eh? I'm not talking about on YouTube or Facebook. I'm talking about on direct on TV, guy. How we coming across. That's what I'm talking about. Right. So I'm pouring no music, so we gonna know if it's the music doing that to we. And all they say loud and clear. So let me just pour on a background and they're going to tell me the background. The background gain all a little static. Let me hear. Right, that background all there, no static with it, right? So I want to make sure now, so in case I don't play any clips. Tell me, you want to get any static here with this one?
Bang, 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 bang.
All right. No, they're not on Facebook and thing. Me ain't want to know about the Facebook. One time I want to get static with this one. I ain't played this one long time. Static?
Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. Morality in public. Morality in public.
Nice, no static. All right, man, loud and clear. All here, here it is. Nice. Let me continue now, man. Right. What is that? I feel as the devil playing the interference. A nice start morning. The morning start up nice. All kind of blessings. We dance, we praise. My Muslim brothers and them, inshallah, they do handle the stories. My Hindu people, everybody handle the stories. My Christian people, everybody handle the stories. I and all of my stories, my Jehovah Witness. Them and all forgive the pit bull and we, because I showed them Satan back then I was small. Yeah. I showed them Satan and they touched me and after that I went out greeting them with clothes on. Yeah. Right, let me get some voice notes there, all you. Hey Dexter, morning, I miss out none all you. Right. Dexter. Right. Oh boy. I'm trying to go to the beginning there now. Let me get some voice notes there. Hey, let me say morning to my MP and Minister of Defense and Minister in the Ministry of Homeland Security, Honorable Wayne Sturgeman. When? Morning to you, my brother. You know, lady man is listening to the program. Let me say morning to Gary Griffith. Captain Gary Griffith, morning. Me afraid to tell you morning at all. I see Pitbull. You're quiet these days too. How you quiet these days? They die over at in the morning. Baby, it wasn't quiet. Me calling me saying morning to you at all. I don't want to get up in that bacchanal at all, Gary, boy. Quiet these days, you should have stayed quiet long time. All know you're in part of the government day. You might have been the Minister of the National Security day, all kind of. I mean, you talk yourself out of the game day, partner. Yeah, you talk yourself out of the game, man. You are bright for all that paperwork, boy. So much of paperwork, some already serve and already just know how to shut up. Overbright now, overbright. I'm sorry for some of them overbright people, boy. Lord. I just don't know. Look at that. Adita Haynes. Bright, you know. So that. Oh, look at how much of them just bright, but I don't know, boy. Die. Bright till the bulb bust or something. Or I me want to be so bright. Bright, you know. But I'm making sure brighten up my bulbing one bust like them choppity and no, I'm not saying them chop it at all. I'm just saying they're just very, very bright. And you stay out at that, and they stay out at that. Right, that'll go for some yesterday's voice notes that was missed. Right, I get the most though, I get the most. Right. So I hope on pie here. I ain't wait too long, or not too long at all. Man, let me take some calls. I want some fun burners. Morning caller, where you calling from? We go to your voice notes after. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
No. What I want to find out is that you all have a radio frequency, and what's this station?
We will have a radio frequency soon. We will be on a radio frequency soon, right? Everything other thing and we settling down and whatever. We go have a radio frequency soon. But for now, you gotta let everybody know, come and meet we here for now, man. Yeah. We gotta come here and relax with we for now. When we go out there big and bad again, well, not when everybody hearing more people hearing, well. Yeah, but let them know, come and join us on Dial Trinidad and Tobago, Dial the Caribbean, and they can join us on any social media platform. Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Corridor Transformation, The Ground Report, all of the Patino, and the Finally Friday. Who are smart TV could get we? Who are phone could get we? And who are on internet, flow and all them kind of bacchanal thing there, they could get we on Dial.
Okay.
But we will get back the maxi taxi drivers and all them thing there. When we go back radio soon, we will go back radio in a bit, right? Don't hurt your head, right?
Okay, Andy. Thanks a lot, and you bless
What happened? You rather listen to me on the radio than on the TV and watch me and thing, you wanna what? You listen on the radio, you can't see me dance and praise the Lord and thing,
No, it's not that. I have sister, and she don't have any internet. So.
Oh, she have no internet, nothing. As we go back radio, everybody go know and only go let all who unfortunately don't have internet nor have cable TV. All you go just let everybody know. The regions have arrived. King Mickie K, King Lennox Smith, and the dog Pitbull Williams Andy, right?
Okay, so you all have a good morning to Lennox, to you, Andy, and to Mickie K.
But why you tape it sometime on your phone and just send it for your sister?
I don't really have the time to do that.
Oh, you have the time. All right, when we get back radio, she go join you, right?
Okay, and you bless you all. Have a good morning and take care.
All right, and where you calling from?
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz in the house, man. Yes. Oh, they got water. You have water there?
No, we...
Oh, God, Miss Santa Cruz, and let me know it no water down there in Santa Cruz there.
No, we have. They didn't start to treat us to that yet.
Oh, they're lining back up. The other line back up, that all the P&M filth and bacchanal. Yeah, the other line it back up, right? Santa Cruz?
Give them a chance. Yeah, take care. You all have a blessed day and all the best.
All right, thank you so much, Santa Cruz. All right. Well, this one call him early, always quarreling when he ready, But I be partner. Morning, my friend, morning. What going on there in Rowley? Well, Rowley, in that constituency again is a man named Haynes Devines. He's treating all the good down there in Canada. Haynes.
Pleasant good morning, my brother Andy Williams. Pleasant good morning to you, my brother. Andy Williams, you asking me about Haynes, Andy Williams. We suffer together for all them years now. You asking me about Haynes. Why you asking me about Haynes, Andy Williams?
Well, I want to know.
You're supposed to be asking your brother that, Andy. You know who I was before the years.
I know, but why you asking it that? Because remember, Rowley no control there again. I know you are all so you're begging for Canada's people, whether it be Big Yard or Smith Hill or Dongsog Hague Street.
Point Commander Kasharamas, exactly.
Yeah. So but since they changed the Rowley and they put this young boy that say he like Rowley, emulate Rowley. Rowley is one of his role models. Haynes or some sort of veins. How are you treating the Canada's people, the Canada's people? They see him. He's very receptive.
Andy, to my knowledge, I am not a PNM, so I wouldn't be able to answer a question like that. But what I could see, that one of our supporters who is Guyanese had a problem in Diego Martin, and she told us she went to him and she didn't get the response that she was expecting, or she didn't get the help she was expecting. We all said, no, well, wait heading, and he knows that. And right now they are not in power, so I don't know where the helps will be coming from.
Oh, yes. We Ghanese, one really tell me, Ghanese Trinidad, because she voting, she's be back and
Right.
forth. She have big training here, I know the woman.
Right. She did. She went in for problems that was facing by them. So if they're facing problem up there, what I could say, but Andy, what I want to say this morning, brother, I want to say good morning first of all to you. Morning to Mickie, morning to Lennox Smith, morning to Trinidad and Tobago. And this one is from an honorable, and the things that he said, I love what he said, but tell me if I'm going wrong, Andy, and you will correct me as I go along the way, you and Lennox and Mickie. Now, seeing that they are paying the contractors, the CPEP contractors, they are paying the contractors a monthly cushion. Well, the contractors getting paid. And it is
The workers get paid too.
Right, and the stating that the contractors have to pay the workers. Andy, do you believe that will happen if these 300 people get a 21 or the 25,000? Do you believe them have any system in place?
Not truth. That is not. Let me clear the air. We did talk to Barry, minister, who dealing with the CPEP, and we did talk to him, and that's not truth. The CPEP workers will be getting their money from CPEP. It's CPEP they pay workers. CPEP was always the people that is working worker.
Beautiful.
CPEP,
Because that is what some of the CPEP workers want to know. Right? Because the kind of people who have contracted in Carnage, in the Carnage area, they affiliated with the former Prime Minister and the co-host, someone they say it about 25. I want to really give me more liberty, Andy, but I just showing you now, and the way that the street Carnage people, the way that the street is CPEP workers and them are wrong, like nothing. I doubt very much that anytime they leave it to the contractors to pay the workers won't get no money. Right? So seeing that the workers will be getting money, that is co-host to my, you see,
Right. So let me make it clear. The minister, again, the contractual arrangement is when they fire, they have 1 month inside. So either or the contractor will be getting their month, right? So them will be getting, at the end of the month, they're getting the money still. And the workers will be getting their fortnight money till the end of the fortnight, the 2 weeks. Yeah,
to the company.
Right, but the workers always used to get the money through CPEP. Contractors never.
No, but we fully aware that, but when people was here, you see now, and you have to remember when we're on the ground and you hear anything, and the contractors getting paid. You know, on the ground, them fellas who know nothing go start about how the contractors going on. So you know the act.
Oh God, Tunapuna cutting here. Tunapuna, you want to call live? You want to call the landline? You're cutting the WhatsApp calls, Tunapuna. Call the landline, Tunapuna. Go ahead, Karaj. Wait, Tunapuna.
Yeah,
you finished? Tunapuna call cutting here, boy.
Yeah, well, no, what I wanted to say to Andy. And you hear me?
Yeah. Don't study that background. You have it loud and clear in the back there. I like that. Yeah, everybody listening. But turn it down while you're talking to me there. You go hear me real better. If you ain't have that in the background, they're disturbing you.
Yeah, so once the workers is getting paid, I appreciate that. I glad to know all the workers will be getting paid, and it's not the contractors alone. Because if you study who is them contractors and them, you know it's going to be friends, family, and 1 or 2 maybe activists and things, but think about who the contractors will be getting.
All two getting paid. All the contractors getting paid, and the workers getting paid. Yeah.
Beautiful, Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisasa. Beautiful to the UNC government, man. Very well. Andy, well, you know your boy just stop playing and bowl it up over time in him out to say what you had to say, right? I tried to communicate with you on couple occasions prior to last week and now after the program, but I ain't getting on to you. So touch me tender with words and give me some information, please, now. Because you give me 2 numbers. I tried to communicate with the people that you give me the number 2 and I ain't getting no reply. So I said, let me call you back to talk to you. So you understand? You know, we could talk that off here. After the program, I could call you and we can have a conversation.
All right, partner. Yeah, remember they're busy.
Right, but I respect.
Sometimes I go get numbers.
I know that,
and them same numbers too. I call in and I don't get through. I don't do it so, you know. Because them people busy, but they just reply like late sometimes. Like, look, my MP replied to something to me late at 11 o'clock after 11 last night. we're in search of.
Yeah, I know they're busy, but when we talk off here, we'll explain you certain things. Sir.
All right, Karanaj.
Yeah, brother, respect.
All right, respect, my brother. I see Kunji, COP calling. COP, go ahead, call now. What happened? Oh boy. What happened to you now? Where's the problem with COP down there in Point Up here down there? Hey, COP? Where's your problem down there in Point Up here? Where's COP problem in Point Up here down there? Where's your problem down there in Point Up here, there, so partner?
Andy Williams, good morning to you. And good morning to you, Lennox Smith. Good morning to you, Mickie, and good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Everything cool with me, Andy Williams. But when the Jovia people and them did come by here, and they walk outside, they went outside naked.
Yeah.
They say they didn't see nothing. That's why they leave and go. They didn't see nothing, so they leave and go.
Oh, sir. Hey.
Oh, sir, take that.
Oh, God. No, but they disappeared for a while. They didn't come back for a while. I had many Saturdays I could go play my games and them safely. Normal. My mother, when he asked me about how they passing, I said, well, me, I know. She ain't know the week before. I get fed up right. I come outside naked, but remember, I asked God to forgive me for my sins there. So I come outside naked. And I had a pee on me too, so I make sure when I come outside, I make sure I walk outside naked as a boy.
That is why they leave and go, because they didn't see nothing. So they say, well, like nobody are coming outside at all. But anyway, leave that alone.
Yeah.
Leave that alone.
Yeah.
Them is one of the religious people them in this country. I respect a lot. You see, people who don't take people money in Jesus' name and then take the money from Jesus' name and put it in them name in the bank. Them Jehovah people, them don't do that. Them don't do that at all. When you go to them church, them don't have no collection and thing passing on and say we want 10% of your money and all kind of thing. I have a lot of respect for them people and them. So good morning to all of them. But what I have a problem with, last night I watching the news and I listening to which part this Muslim man disagree with this Hindu man coming into Trinidad and saying them just treat Muslim people bad. I want to tell this Muslim man in Trinidad that agenda is not something to feed the future of this country, and it's not even something that the young Muslim people them in Trinidad and Tobago should be a part of that thinking. What all your senior Muslims have with Hinduism and what the senior Hinduism have with Muslim, don't bring that over here right now. Don't bring that thing.
To me, we don't have that kind of thing in Trinidad here. That is a cause here that India and Pakistan and them out there do that nothing to do with we Muslim here, Trinidadian Muslim and Trinidadian Hindu. So I agree.
Because these senior Muslim and them who tell themselves the big Islamic, that thinking, mister, we don't want that over here. We don't want that type of thinking over here. Today in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the young Muslim boy and the young Muslim girl and all of them is friends, going to school, eating together, growing up together, playing together. And that kind of thinking, how much different are the religious leaders this come in Trinidad and Tobago? Why it is you only have that problem with not even he's the prime minister? Why you don't want that? When Keith Rowley bring Those African leaders and them that had them spinning right around and beating them with some cloth and then making them walk up a step. And then they bring them in Trinidad. How you didn't have a problem with them thing? And nobody should have a problem with that. That tribal way of thinking, that is not evil. That thinking is not evil Islam. That is not even the teachings of Islam to think that way. What happened 200 and 300 years ago and happening in them areas now had nothing to do with we in Trinidad and Tobago. And the Williams was right. All the CPEP contractors and them getting the money, all the workers and them getting the money, and we should applaud the government for restructuring it. What I want to say about the CPEP, I had to say this, I would like to see the people and them who work hard for the United National Congress to have them in office today be part of that board. I would like to see Andy Williams, or Mickie K, or Lennox Smith on boards in this country for the work they have done. And yes, they qualify. Executive of the United National Congress. Yes, they qualify. And it's time for me to be seeing those things. It was great to be part of our organization, which is the Ground Report, for over 19 years. Now is the time for the success to come, for the great work that they've done. I would like to see that. And that is not paying back for campaigning. That is being human. Appreciating the work that people do. Appreciating the work that people do. I would like to see that. Watch Lennox Smith and Andy Williams, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, that are sitting down every morning and watching. You can imagine these people and them. European board, CPEP board, forestry board, boards which they can help the poor and the needy, the people who contact them every day for assistance. I would like to see that. Trinidad and Tobago. Have a nice morning.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. Calling from the barrack board here. Gentlemen, it is of a man that be calling, a bus conductor from somewhere that be calling and talking about Eli Zakur and doing nothing for the PTSC and all this kind of thing. And let me tell you something. A lot of people have agendas in this country that they don't want certain information coming out to the population. So they will try all kind of things to distract the attention from what is really taking place to another direction. I wonder if that same bus conductor who always talking about we were a bus from Sando to Port of Spain, listen to Eli Zakur's contribution yesterday in the parliament and what was happening with PTSC, with Sukai Diesel, with the bus and all these kind of things, and understand why it have to take time to get these things rectified. Now, I want him to call in this morning and ask himself if it is this minister not working to make a better PTSC service. Because from the day one when UNC, when he started calling, we were bus, and why they waiting so long? We need bus here, we need bus there, we need bus there. You should listen yesterday to the transport minister contribution concerning our bus service and stop talking and trying to distract what the corruption that was taking place within PTSC. Just imagine, $63 million in parts and 30-something or $40-something million in parts cannot be used. because it was inferior parts they purchased. You understand? And then purchase it direct from the buyers. You know? They purchased it from one of the friends in Trinidad that imported these parts, sell it back to the government for a hefty price, and it was inferior parts. And this is why people can't understand what was really taking place in this thing. And they will come now and look to blame this government and say they are working and things within a couple of weeks. Let me tell you, some all need to wake up in this country, because all that dotish mentality is what have we where we is today. Just imagine a little peep squeak country telling the magnate of the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, we money is monopoly money. All they shame, all they ashamed to open all your mouth in this country and complain about anything, especially after supporting PNM. And you talking about bus, we were bus, we were bus, we were bus. Go back now. The report was laid in Parliament. Go back now and listen to it if you didn't listen to it. And ask yourself, go and get Sokai bus. Go and get Alwari bus. Go and get all of them bus who was in PNM time to transport you from Sando to Port of Spain, because them was getting free flow with their blue lights. You go and get a bus now to go to thing and ask them. Tell them that all the 70, 80 million dollars of taxpayers contributed to PTSC, and half of it went to waste and in other people's pocket. That is why you can't get bus to go into to Port of Spain. That's why the public transport section is in the shambles it is. A set of thieving, lying, stinking, dirty, corrupted people was pilfering we money, the taxpayers, your money, what you're complaining about all the time since the 28th election. That's where you need to get. Listen to back that contribution from Eliza Kuru. Have a good morning, Andy. Take care.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lennox Smith, what's the headliners that we have? When I see in the background, Moody will be passing through Trinidad and Tobago before he go to a BRICS meeting in Brazil, which people are saying, well, we hope that the government of Trinidad and Tobago will start to talk BRICS. But remember, we energy industry down right now. So I think when we find we and we this and we that and whatever, and we start to find big fines, well, then I think we can talk BRICS. Me know what that is about for now. Other than that, how the murder is going. Other than that, outside of the politics, because anyway, we think we're going back into the politics. Outside of the politics to start off, what's the headliners outside of the politics? This point in time this morning, and then you'll go right through to the politics. It's just about a change, because there are people who will call and say, we will come with just the politics. There are many other headliners out there that we could come and raise and, you know, things and what's going on in various ministries and what they, but we only come in with politics. And that is your work, man. That is your work. You just be up early. You're going through all them papers. And when you reach, we popping down because again, you want to go to the headliners. Get them just the first lines, the first set of lines are the headlines. And then you're going to your politics and your front burner. Nobody can tell you about your front burner. Go ahead, Lennox Smith.
I appreciate your implicit and indeed overt recommendation or guidelines, but I cannot go beyond what the newspapers as well are focusing on as far as headlines are concerned. But of course, let me say first and foremost a pleasant good morning to you, of course, to the audience, the listenership and viewership. Welcome, of course, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good day to you. Yes, indeed. What we have in the headlines, well, strictly speaking, Batiste wants a national living wage. I don't know if you want to call that beyond politics, but that is the headline in the Newsday, and that's the first article, in fact. And then, of course, a security net for Moody. Public service, schools close early for Indian PM's visit. Yes, anyway, of course, we're incidentally people, which is tomorrow and Friday, so he'll be here for two days. And you would see, of course, a video playing in the background, in my background. So I will explain that a little later. Fired CPEP worker, no hope without work. And then, of course, it continues. Top Cup Judiciary meet over no gun in court policy. I think that speaks for itself because, as you know, police officers, by way of judicial instructions, ought not to be armed in the courts. And of course, from my understanding, that is best international practice. You don't want the court to be a place where you feel a bit intimidated by armed individuals. So I suppose that maybe that is one of the excuse me fundamentals why, of course, that is the process. A man dies after arriving at Piarco International Airport. I read that article, a very tragic one, indeed. Nothing at fault of the airline or the domestic medical attendees, but of course, just a very tragic state of affair. Nature seekers, if you want to call this non-political, of course, I think this is one. Nature seekers, permits needed for turtle watching at Matura. So those turtle watchers, there's a need for you to get a permit. And of course, there was some kind of controversy as well that led to that statement being made and forming part of the news today. Brian Lara looks for a missing dog. I understand that he got it back, and I know that he was offering a little reward. Not a pit bull per se, Andy, but one of those what I consider to be, very docile dogs, very fluffy, etc. In the picture, so very maybe warming and therefore dear to Brian Lara. I trust that he in fact got it back. I understand that he did, but he was offering a reward as well. A man dies after, right, okay, we said that already. And of course, we have what again? Passenger steals car from taxi stand, but crashes minutes later. That's an interesting one, right? And Pandey, of course, empty promises will not bring a success. Well, that should be classified as political, of course, the daughter of the late Basio Pandey talking there, political leader of our party. A Top Cup judicial meet, right? Yes. No PM's permission for young. Well, that's an old story. No PM's pension for young. And there's another article associated with young with respect, of course, to the withdrawal of security details for both he and the former Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley. And of course, it seems as though there's a little controversy there because, as I understand, 3 months is only 3 months after they will withdraw security for these high office holders, public office holders. But of course, it could be reduced at any time, pending, of course, some kind of review. So I'm getting a little noise inside of here. So if you can lift the item here. They move around. They are moving around.
Yeah, but your noise can't come on the program,
Huh?
Your noise can't be coming on the program.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So I'm now telling them, I'm talking in a way so that they will understand that. But of course, they are making preparations. You would see, for example, you have a whole stack of Indian flags. Well, of course, I collected those yesterday from the Indian High Commission, but it was not in connection with Prime Minister Modi's visit. It was because from Sunday last, we are celebrating the 7th anniversary of our micro business initiative that we initiated back in 2019. And as you will recall, the deputy political leader of Love did went to India courtesy the Indian government's financing to do an entrepreneurial development management course. Well, of course, he came back, and 7 years now, we have developed several businesses, micro businesses, and it's the 7th year year now. We have been celebrating, and suddenly we found out, having been in the process to inviting the Indian High Commissioner to, of course, be with us, visit with us on our last day, Friday of the week. He then intimated to me that the Prime Minister of India will be attending, and therefore we'll have to push back that arrangement. But of course, all these things were in place, and therefore, of course, I went to collect the flags yesterday because we asked them for several flags so we could deck off the various businesses and to indicate not just the celebration, but to suggest that the Indian government's involvement in that whole process. We expect that we will have some additional discussions for more of the persons from East Port of Spain, Laventon, and so on, to visit India in the same way. We are looking, for example, at solar energy. They have a very good system, technique, and developed solar system mechanism there, and we want to tap into that because Trinidad and Tobago must go that route, renewable energy, in other words, simply because fossil fuel will become a thing of the past eventually because of its impact on the environment, the greenhouse effect as it is called, and of course causing, of course, the rising sea, which of course may well inundate islands such in Paris. They had decided that they have to keep the level of heat in the world below a certain level to avoid, of course, total and absolute catastrophe. Some are claiming that the phenomenon of different weather patterns, strange weather patterns these days, is as a result of global warming, and therefore Trinidad and Tobago must, of course, engage. And therefore, what we decide to do, because of the technology that is available in India, that we will send some of our people there to study, of course, in the first instance, at least solar energy techniques and development.
Well, that at a bill when you meet the minister, you had to meet the senator and all those various things, and that at a bill from there. When you meet the High Commission from England and wherever it go. But I see that Sandy Grandi here, hold on to your dreams. Dr. Tell graduates. Dr. Sarand Maharaj has urged students not to stop dreaming when things get difficult. Sometimes dreams take some time, but time does not mean no. It just means not yet. Like the Sandy Grandi people there, the doctor tell there, and Stuart Young. In the Guardian, the headliners here, Stuart security pulled. Yes, the security of the former minister or prime minister. The security detail. Government recalls special branch details hours after axing his PM pension. That is good too. That is very, very nice. Nice. Hold on. There's the call we was waiting on. This is the call we was waiting on. Let me say a pleasant good morning to the Honorable Minister of Transport, Mr. Eli Zachary. He's a famous man on this program, my brother minister. Everybody always calling you. Oh God, I lost him. The man was well calling me back. Wait. I wonder if I have him there. Minister, you there? Oh God, let me call back the minister there again. Hey, just now there, man. Yes.
Mr. Williams.
Hey, minister! I tell Trinidad and Tobago, if there's one man I know, we will get, what's my yours? Brilliant. Explaining the whole situation when it comes into the bus service and all those various things. I mean, you come out there like how we boy Eldred come out and he maiden. Very good. But here we're going on, minister, where we are Lennox Smith in studio. Michael Kerr will be joining us in a bit. But every day people only calling about the bus until Miss Santa Cruz, this one, that one, telling people, hold on. Mr. Zachary now reach. He have a lot of mess to clean. And now we are looking from the answers from you, Honorable Minister. Some people are saying when they call that bus are leaking it, that they use umbrella when rain falling. Some people saying that when you all buying new buses or ordering new buses, don't take a certain kind, take the Mercedes or take some others based on past situations. Some people are saying that they all have the good buses running in the rural areas, and you all not sending it from, like, let me say, San Fernando to Port of Spain or from Grandi. It has some routes that people really complaining about. And they're only calling and saying, the thought when UNC, when everybody went and they're trying to be on we minister, Mr. Eli, and we say, no. Don't be on we minister, Minister Eli at all. He not reach. And I also play a video showing them after 11 at night. I seen you all in the bus in PTSC, downtown there, going and viewing and you're thinking and you're up and down. But Minister, the problem is bus service. People are complaining that from San Fernando to town, they will come out there about 5 o'clock in the morning. They will have to reach Port of Spain for 8 o'clock appointments, whether it be government appointments, whether it be doctor appointments, and sometimes they ain't getting a bus till about sometime 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. The appointments gone. So it's only bus. But before you introduce yourself, Lennox Smith, you have anything that you would like to tell the minister? People complaining.
You go bust the man head with all them things that you delivering to him all at once. But I know that he is capable enough to of course, respond appropriately. Only, of course, I would want to just add that, of course, those revelations that you made in Parliament, I think is startling. And maybe at the end of the day, having answered some of the specific questions posed by Andy, maybe you could tell us a little more about what has been happening, what you met, in fact, at the PTSC as Minister of Transport.
Nice.
So,
and let me put up your handsome picture there, boy. Let me put up your handsome picture one time. Everybody at the see we Minister picture while he on the ground reporting. No? We see that handsome picture. We go send that for you. Go ahead by the time, Minister. Eli. Minister, go ahead by the time.
Hello, Mr. Williams?
Yes. Go ahead by the time, my brother.
Yes, Mr. Williams.
Nice.
I'd
And
like
Lennox Smith.
to ensure all the commuters that utilize PTSC that I'm doing everything in my power to address all the issues. I have been very active on the ground since I have assumed office. I am aware of all the issues with the late arrivals, the issues in the rural areas, and I assure the population I am in full contact with the GM and the executives of PTSC, and we are addressing all the issues.
Nice. Lennox Smith, you wanted him to answer some question based on his speech in Parliament?
Minister, you made some startling revelations in the Parliament that is extremely disquieting to the motoring as well as the ordinary citizen, having regard to the use of or misuse of taxpayers' resources. Could you just give us highlight a few of them?
Right.
Once again, there may be those who may not have been abreast because they may not have been listening to the Parliament channel because it has a limited viewership, but certainly, of course, we have a wider one. So so that revelation may well, of course, benefit those. If only to, of course, express the constraints that you have found yourself in terms of possibly delivering, and what are the plans moving forward in spite of those challenges?
Yes. Respectfully, there is a lot of issues I have encountered in PTSD. I'd rather not discuss it in this forum, but I assure the population that I am currently reviewing the National Transportation Policy, especially the public service, and I will announce to the nation our plans moving forward soon.
Okay.
And of course, what is specific, because that is in the public domain, the whole question of over excess expenditure on parts for buses that either were not suitable but of course, but they are there, and it seemed to be a white elephant, if you want to call it that, and a therefore burden on the PTSE. Do you want to just give us an overview on that?
Well, yes, there is a substantial amount of parts which I have requested an audit to identify the value of parts that are currently not usable. But again, I would not want to talk too much on that at this present time.
Yeah, not yet. All right.
And in terms of the vision for PTSD in particular, I know that Carl the statement has been made. Tobagonians are very satisfied with the expanded service. You now, of course, have a late service, which, of course, the Tobagonians are extremely satisfied with, because they can do their work and still do business and put bread and butter on the table, so to speak. So tell us, what are the plans?
Well, regarding Caribbean Airlines falls under the purview of the Ministry of Finance. And I prefer not to comment on Caribbean Airlines. I do commend them for adding 2 additional flights, which started yesterday, the 1st of July.
Right.
Oh, well, Minister, we understand. We want to tell you thanks so much, and we look forward, as it is your wrap up. All we need to wrap up
your auditing,
and because we realize you don't want to yet, but for good reasons, and we are sure it's for very, very good reasons. But we look forward for when you're ready now to reveal all we have to reveal, including all the plans for PTSC and all those things. We look forward for your interview, and keep up the good work, my brother. Keep up the good work, because I am seeing you all over social media doing what you have to do. Thanks so much for taking our call.
You're welcome.
All right, man.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, that was Minister of Transport, Minister Eli. Oh, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation. You ain't ask him nothing about aviation, Lennox Smith? Because like you don't want to discuss transport aspect as yet, based on what's going on. Anyhow, let's continue.
Sorry about that. My mic was off. I was saying that the responsibility for Carl is in another ministry, so therefore, as the Prime Minister would have told them, ready to attack, bat in your crease, so to speak. So he didn't want to venture there, except, of course, to say that the service was, in fact, expanded. But is he responsible for the airport itself?
Civil aviation. That is what it is.
Civil aviation.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well,
Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, the airport itself, the administration of the airport will come under his jurisdiction. But I didn't know that that Carl would have been, of course, under the Ministry of Finance. So I learned something, and I'm sure the listening audience and the viewing audience would have learned something as well. Because I thought, everything was under one roof, so to speak, the Ministry of Civil Aviation and Transport. So we know. Of course, he doesn't want to, of course, disclose too much, but he did reveal quite a bit in his presentation.
I see really trying to hold back
in the Senate. Yes,
I see really trying to hold back.
We can, of course, explore that, even though he was reluctant, of course, to do it. Probably he knows that it has a wider audience, so that people don't listen too much to the Parliament channel, but they will listen more to the Ground Report. And of course, we are extended.
No, but I'm gonna lie. You keep pressing him. I seen him, man. Really don't, but you're pressing, but I'm saying, Lord,
I see you trying to save the man.
Yeah, because I seen him, man. Really don't want to talk right now, and I seen you going still, boy. I say, hey. I say, look, Lennox going still, yes. But the man saying, really, not now, not yet.
But no, that is because it is in the public domain.
Yeah.
I have a right to, of course, question as to at least explain, put it in a nutshell for those persons who may not know. But he may be of the view that much people didn't hear and maybe didn't want it out in the way that we would expose it, having regard to our larger reach and, of course, the greater audience.
All right, go ahead, caller. Good morning to you.
I would like Mr. Lennox to look into that matter for us to the national insurance thing, please.
Lennox
Months upon months people waiting for it, and they cannot get the national insurance.
Right, remember.
I see there are people looking.
All right, but hold on, Marval. But hold on.
Yeah.
Remember, technically, Lennox Smith and the ground report look into it. Remember, we did interview Mr. Mohit, Miss Mohit, and we talked about those pension and the NIS and the this and the that. Remember, she said it's an ongoing process going on right now, and they're putting everything together. It's taking a little time, but they're putting everything together. I'm sure that was what I last heard the minister say. Lennox Smith, that's not what went on?
Yeah, that is a proper interpretation of what she disclosed, that quite a number of work is taking place, but they are concerned with the whole area of expediting, and therefore working in conjunction with other state entities such as NIS, for example, to expedite the senior citizen pension, for example. And she cannot understand why it takes so long, why people are in the system 6 and 7 months for something that they are entitled to. So all of those are part and parcel of it. And of course, she was very critical as to the number of food cards that were withdrawn, and boastfully at that of previous occupiers of the office that she now holds, that is the Minister of Social Development, because we know that Donna Cox, for example, boasts of some 7,000 food cards that she would have withdrawn. And then, of course, her predecessor, talking about Miss Cockburn, I don't know how they get these names, Cock in it, but for whatever reason, but the fact is she boasted of some 11,000 that she was able to get off this system or withdraw from people. And of course, where we stand, we know that could never be too much. And but where they stand, they believe that somehow people must be deprived of something that they would humble themselves, they would swallow their pride to get. I mean, the average person would go for a food card because they simply have to. Persons who don't need that will certainly express that by not going. So to assume that that it is a waste of time, and then put in, of course, at times means tests to get a laptop and to access a particular grant, I think is nonsense. If the person abuses it, well, of course, there are sufficient mechanisms to treat with that. But a person will not. You have to assume that a person will not humble their pride and their dignity to go and take something that, of course, is a handout. That is a culture that we have to nurture, and the best people to do that are those who are making the decisions, and not, of course, see the people as nuisance when they are accessing these facilities that requires the expenditure of taxpayers' money or the people's money. After all, the money belongs to all of us.
Go ahead, next caller. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice. Let me do this here. Right. Go ahead, caller. Boy. What to talk?
Andy, Mickie, Lennox Smith, and Tobago Central here. Pleasant, good morning. Andy, there's something on the social media right now real upsetting my spirit away from the politics this morning, Trinbagonians. Right? There's something on the public domain, and it's drawing a lot of people attention right now. This is not the first time these type of things transpiring in this country. And now it's a time to break the neckite. Yeah. Right? There's a video surfacing right now and on social media. I don't know if you ever come across it. If not, just let us know. It was concerning about two individuals it happened just as they're going to cut off from Bagwan saying they're coming into Shogunas. Right now, where they're doing the Pisa Highway thing on the road there. Right? Now, we can't judge from what we didn't see, but we could only judge from what it is we see from on the social media, right? And tell me, Trinbagonians, if this is right or wrong. In this country, when people have power, they feel like an advantage people at it. And time for this to stop in this country going forward. It is long overdue that these type of behavior, people in position, abusing the authority to people. And it's time for it to stop. We would like the government to look into this and deal with the ones and them who are abusing the authority towards people. It is a serious, serious ongoing issue in this country. Right? The issue is now, Andy, is with the two individuals, as I said, right? Now, we're not sure what happened before. So, what we're trying to say is that the guy who pulled in front of the fella who was driving the van walked up to the man vehicle who was driving the van, right? Pull out the man from in the van, the guy who stopped in front of the van, man, people, and pull out the guy from inside of the vehicle, and they start to tap the fella, beat him, cuff him in the head and all kind of thing, right? Only to know and get to understand, the individual who walked up to the guy in the van, he is attached to the army, and you carrying around a firearm and abusing your authority towards law-abiding citizens in this country. And he's not only the first person this had happened to. There are so many other things that had happened to in the past with other people. Right? And it's time enough for these things to stop. Now, with that particular individual and the Trinbagonians, tell me if this person's supposed to have, if he have any rights to be carrying a firearm. Because apparently, it is all on Ian Allen right now. Because he said he's going to get to the bottom of it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Regardless if the person, whatever transpire on the road, that doesn't give you the right to go and abuse the authority and advantage somebody. Because you attached to the army. All they've done is a waste of time in this country first to begin with. Right? Right now, we would like to know what it is the army is getting paid for. Right now, them so needs to go and do some kind of exercise and look to start to deal with crime in this country. Don't take all your position and all your authority and abuse it to people in this country. Time enough. Right now is a serious thing going on with that. And it is long, long overdue that these people are them advantaging people, Andy. And it is time for somebody to look into this and deal with this kind of matter. You see something like that transpire yesterday? Right? Them supposed to take away that man firearm immediately. Deal with him on a one-on-one basis and find out how you could go out in the public domain and start a career like that. Eh? There are other people, other citizens in this country looking at this behavior of this man. So because that's a user soldier, you could just go there and just do people you want then. Think about it, Trinbagonians. How much, hey, watch me. Not because why then all your family and that person only know him personally. Right is right and wrong is wrong, boy. We people don't like the thing called advantage. And we will stand firmly with that. I want people to understand what we're saying. Those type of behavior is a no-no in this country. And it has to stop. Stop put a blind eye to serious other things beside the stinking, piping, spranging, Hano Vision, carrying a country, wicked, cold-hearted, dead, corrupted, stinking PNM. All that just only them is a waste of time. Thank God we get rid of them politically. We're dealing with other issues right now in this country. There are people holding big positions and they're advantaging the public domain right now. And this needs to be looked into and be dealt with accordingly. You understand? This I'm a real pissed off this morning, Andy. You understand? Within the conflict, he hitting the man. The soldier man hitting the fella in the van. The fella glasses fall out on the road, a car roll over it. Who going to compensate this individual back? So because you kind of fireman, you a soldier, you big and bad and you could rank on the outside here. That ain't working here, partner. And trust what I'm telling you. You need to get that fire and give up, and you need to be fired from that job that you're doing. Because if the position of your job frying out your brains, we're going to show you how you have to get to that in plan. Because them kind of behaviors are no in the public domain. You could go there and do people anything then. Eh? Trinbagonians, let us as citizens in this country, the right thinking ones, stand up for the right thing in this country. The right thing is the right thing, and the wrong thing is the wrong thing. There are no times, apparently look like you tell the fella he have a firearm, don't retaliate, don't this and that, because if the individual that retaliate, what would I go on there, Andy? Then, when anything that go on now, you know what the soldier would say? Self-defense. You understand what I'm saying? And this is how simple it thing is escalate a big thing. Even though something like that transpire, partner, you have no behavior, no control over your own self. You understand? The person around a jersey mark, monster on it. Apparently, there is some kind of logo in the army or whatever it is. So he's very easy to identify. If you're big and you're bad, partner, you don't worry. It's a bigger ones could deal with you. Because your attitude is stink and dirty. And you need to be dealt with accordingly. Alright? So here we're going on, Trinbagonians. Don't sit down with them kind of thing. If anybody else had that kind of issue, draw it to the authorities' attention who is on a higher above to deal with it. And they are sorry to take so long, but this is at the end of the day, this is something has to be drawn to people's attention. And time enough for this to stop. People remember we are one people, one nation, one love. Unity is the code. Remember, we had the right government inside of there and right now they're performing right 100. I'm going to keep so and see about the people business. And at the end of the day, once you see all this about the people business, PNM will be no more. All strings will bust from the stinking dirty PNM once and for all politically. Right? Unity is the code. Remember that we're going all the way to anti-cams. Locked on and listening. And it's that.
Hey, Lennox and Andy, you're very thank you for all the explanation, boy. Thank you. Thank you. That is a sign of relief to me. Thank you so much. And all the keep up the good work that all they do. You understand? I would like to know if only one more problem I have. If you could get somebody from the regional corporation to cut off a football field in Sal Hill. Right, just before you started going to get Marcus, there's a little ground, excuse me, there's a little ground that need to be cut. You understand? Because I, as a man, just train children in football. You understand? At my age, I still, try to participate with the youth of the village. And I'd like to get that ground in Sal Hill cut. So our minister, Mr. Colin, bucked him, but doesn't really seem to be interested. They was putting up some lights there for us, and like he probably said, don't put up no lights, and he stopped the lights from going up there in the little ground that we have on Charlie. All the equipment, all the pole, everything lying on the ground there still. He built all the houses on the other side of the grounds. Apparently, like that piece of land, he tried to confiscate that piece of land from us by not letting it be cut. And then it grew into bush so he could always say that we are using it and whatever, and end up with it to build more houses. Because on the left side of that ground, there's only a set of apartments, a set of houses that Mr. Imbo built. All those houses there in Kia Road is Mr. Imbo own. What he built and sell, or what he built and rent it out. So we want our grounds cut, please, so that Mr. Imbo wouldn't put his hands on it and have it for his convenience. Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning, Andy. I see where 330 contracts were given out under the CPF, right? And 273 went in PNM stronghold areas, and only 57 in the UNC areas. So this entire CPF program is just a vote bank and vote padding thing for UNC, for PNM alone to give to the supporters for them to come and vote and to enrich the contractor friends, right? That's what they're doing. But it's more than that, because I heard the opposition leader, Ms. Penny, saying each PNM parliamentarian have to give 5% of the salary back to the PNM. So you could imagine all of these contractors have to give a percentage back when they get a little contract. Because that's what they're doing there, you know. It's corruption to the highest. And I sure a lot of them, out of the 273, is Ghost Gang. They had J-Lo and Michael Jackson and Lila Richie and company, they collecting Ghost Gang money. And that's what they're doing, you know, they're pilfering money into Ghost Gang and collecting it at the side. Right? And these poor workers getting nothing. They don't even get sick leave. There are no vacation leave, nothing. But using them now as a scapegoat to come out of this thing. But I hope the government reform that and open it back by as early as possible. Let me say August month, so that these workers get the job back. Because let me face it, it are people there that can't get work nowhere else but they, and they deserve to be back working. Right, Andy? Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going through all that voice note and them they quick.
Andy, things looking bad in Trinidad these days, boy. I hear Brian Lara looking for his dog. He offering a reward for the dog now. The dog named Mocha. It looks like somebody kidnapped the man dog. Right, because he can't find it at all. So he's asking people to just see the dog to bring it back. And he will get him a reward. So you see, crime hitting people's dog now. They're going with people's dog. Right? But I hope Brian Lara get back his dog. Right, because he was a good cricketer. So whoever had the man dog, they give back the man his dog now. Right? Give back the man his dog. Have a good day, Andy.
Oh boy, somebody tell me not clear on Gael. So let's just check out that day for me, please. Right, let me just finish those voice notes there quick.
Andy, good morning to you, Mickie, Lennox, Newbie, and to everybody out here. Two people I tipped my hat to this morning is COP and Barrapo. COP, I totally agree with you. We don't have time for this racist nonsense in this country, okay? And there was one chatter talking about Modi Han had blood and how much blood on Rowley Han. The 22 babies that was killed in NICU, that blood is on Rowley Han, and Rowley's still living in the country. We invite the Hindu man. Stop the bigotry. Stop it, the discrimination. Jamaica, he going to Jamaica and all about. Why all they going to tell the Jamaica people that let them cast the clothes off all year? All they have no shame, you know. Brenda, all they have no shame. All they too racial, that what happened to all you. Eh? And Kunji, they spin him. They spin him and they put on a red sari on him when he went Ghana. They didn't see that. They accepted that. But vexed because Mr. Moody come in here. They ain't no shame. And Barack, I totally agree with you with the boss. Every morning from the day ground report came back on, oh, they ain't on the bus yet. And I keep saying you do like if it's a punch board. You just go and punch a hole and they get a bus. Every morning, he and coins with the bus system. And coins, what? Because I talk about it, telling me, calling me names. I don't care. Call Barack names now. At first it was the administration, like he wanted Zakur to go out there and drive the buses and them. I tell you, these people have no shame, you know. What they put up with Rowley for 9.728 years, they wanted Mrs. Basabli says to wave a magic wand and fix everything for them. If they had mouth all the time to stand up against them, or they would have a good bus service today. And we wouldn't hear Senator Zakur saying, exposing all the nastiness of PTSC. Right? And Andy, people were vexed because we attacked the independent senators. I call them PNM dependent senators, all right? Because we know they are PNMIs, and the biggest proof was one of the senators that was appointed. She was appointed under the PNM government as a temporary senator in the Senate. right? So she was once a temporary senator under the PNM, and now she's an independent senator in this new dispensation. It's as plain as your nose on your face. They are not independent. Not independent. And especially when that Dr. Murray started pushing fast self to put standing order on the government senators. Who she thinks she is? And like she wanted to conduct the Senate business after the bill was passed. I want to change this. Wait back, tell her no, you can't change anything now. Who they think that they are? Who? But I say thanks to the ones that were sensible enough to help pass that no pension bill. And they can say what they want. They could put how much ad hominem or whatever they wanted to say. They could put how much vindictive, how it's personal or whatever. They could say what they want. Don't care how they try to spin it. The fact is that it was policy, right? So they didn't have a heart to say give back the disabled people the $500 food card. No. But they can stand up there and spew the venom for Stuart Young to get an $89,000 pension. Andy, thanks a lot and have a good one later. Andy, good morning again. When Patrick Manning, sorry my manners, Lennox, Mickie and to everybody, when Patrick Manning was taking our money and building a village in St. Vincent, right? Ralph Gonzalez didn't know it was monopoly money. When they were feeding at the trough, they didn't know it was monopoly money, but now they know it's monopoly money. The only reason he is saying that is because PNM is not in office, because we know that he's a PNM supporter, right? So now he know under Mrs. Prasad Bissessa reign is monopoly money. These people sick, yes? Thanks a lot.
Oh boy, let me say a pleasant good morning to Mikey K. Mikey, sorry about earlier on there. We had the minister. Well, me and you go talk. You know what? Boy, I was sending the messages what that was sent. We go talk. Go ahead, Mikey. A pleasant good morning to you.
Morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Morning to the political leader of love, our colleague Lennox Smith, and to our technical director, and everyone locked on. Gael family, they're saying if there's a muzzle, Andy, you may want to check on your side. So I don't know.
No, it's not my side. Because if you check YouTube, Facebook, the link, that's like what went on the last time. So now and again, on Gael's side, they said that. But if you check, so long as YouTube, Facebook, and thing on we side clear, everything clear. Because they remember they're taking a connection from us.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we'll look into that as soon as I get a chance. I'll let them know, look into that. But all in all, gentlemen, a lot is being spoken about this morning, I must say. I want to say a pleasant good morning to the Minister in the office of the Prime Minister. That's, I believe, is Mr. Alaha, Daryl Alaha, when he used his own difficulties in accessing his ministerial salary to make the point that commercial banks were brutalizing poor people while facilitating those persons they regarded as somebodies. I like the fact that he took his own personal experience with them and highlighted it. He didn't hide it or put it under the carpet, because people, we need to expose this for what it is. We've been talking about it for far too long. These banks lack any kind of compassion when it comes to dealing with us, the citizens, we, the customers. And they've created this sort of economic mafia that one cannot even go and say, well, all right, let me see if I could shop around for one that's going to give better interest, no service charges. We, the customers, we don't have much options or any at all. And I want to thank him. He said that yesterday, speaking in the Senate on the media review, he said the government felt the pain of the ordinary person and the inconvenience that they suffer because of the abject stupidity of commercial banks and the preferential treatment they choose to give to big clients where they put the big boys first. He says a personal issue. He must admit that he have not had an income for the past 2 months after leaving private practice. He said, I know I made a decision to sacrifice for national service, and I will continue to do so even if I don't get an income next month. He was assured by the permanent secretary in the office of the Prime Minister that his salary was electronically transferred to the bank, because that's what they do when they pay wages and salaries. When you fill out all these little forms, I think it's called the IRS system, that system probably has glaucoma or probably cataract, he said. For the past few days, he has been checking online banking and nothing has arrived. He got a call yesterday while he was in the chamber from the bank that puts you first, was asking that he provide proof of the source of funds for his salary. I want to repeat that he provide proof of a source of funds for his salary, which was sent electronically by the government to his bank. He says he don't know if the government itself launders money to public officials from the consolidated fund. So you understand what's going on? He said at the end of the day, he's still waiting for money that he worked for. Yeah, that's a fact. That's the nonsense that's going on. And again, I want to thank him for sharing that, openly sharing that with the people of this country, because many people could give you a set of horror stories, gentlemen, about their own personal experience. You go in the bank now, like it's the security guards that running the show. They're telling you to pick a number. They're telling you one line. They're more in your business than the tellers behind the counter. That's the reality. It have banks now to put a service where you have to pick a number. You're spending more time than if you had to line up. It have banks that even if you're going and it have 2 people, you're still spending the amount of time if it had 100. And that's what people have to go through. So thanks, Mr. Allaha.
Well, I think you have raised a answerness there or a jepness there, my friend, because that is such a pellucid fact. And if we have to take it further, it means, therefore, it is an impediment to commercial and economic development. A person coming to this country and after opening an account, they have to get 2 IDs, etc. You go into any one of the small islands, and with your passport, you can, of course, open an account very easily. And in one day, in Trinidad, you have to make an appointment, and they have to do some kind of background check. You have to bring proof of residency, and you may be renting, and you don't own the meter, or the TNTEC bill is not on your name, and you have all of these challenges. So that it really and truly is an impediment to growth and development as far as as ease of doing business is concerned, and therefore we understand why, and it's encouraged by the last administration clearly, and I say so without fear of contradiction, because during COVID, when of course the Prime Minister of Barbados was reading the riot act to the private banking sector there and telling them, well, of course, open up the system, and those persons who are owing, of course, whether it's mortgage payment, etc., give them a break. In Trinidad, the then government was saying, after they closed down the economy and people are out of job, they were saying that they can't interfere with that, and the banks made a killing.
That's right.
So you're quite right. That's a very critical one, and I have no doubt he raised
yeah, but Lennox, in the heights, listen, in the heights of a global pandemic, the banks here recorded ridiculous profits.
Yes, I'm saying,
in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? As a matter of fact, they didn't care whether you live or die. They wanted their money. And the Rowley administration, the Rowley administration did nothing to buffer that, to help those who were most vulnerable. There was no lifeline. That lifeline came way after, when there were so many calls and cries from the people. There was no lifelines. They did nothing in the heights of a pandemic. Could you imagine that? Banks recorded ridiculous profits.
It's
come
really,
on.
really appalling. Really
You
appalling.
asking a minister for source of incomes, proof of source of incomes, after he filled out all the necessary documentation, everything? But this is madness.
Quite so, my friend. Quite so. It's really, really ridiculous. And I'm sure callers, when they call in, will give us some horror stories of their own, because, of course, the banks are simply pernicious. They are inimical to the interests of commercial and economic advancement. Under the guise that they have to report to the FIU, and then you have the OECD, in France, that they have to report to, and therefore they, out of abundance of caution, no, they are too comforted with built-in inevitable profits, and for very simple transactions, and they are now comfortable. They can make huge profits without providing really and truly developmental services, and therefore they are stuck in that paradigm paralysis state. And we have to do something about it. This government must do something about it.
Yes. Oh boy. So what we're going to do by the meanwhile, we're going to open the lines. Yes, Mike. And what we're going to do, I'm going to send you some links. And you just let them, it's simple. You just let them organize and just stop and just go back with those, just refresh the link.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah. So in that way, we want our Gael family, them comfortable, man. Hey, must say, Gael, Trinidad and Tobago, Gael Caribbean. Pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Management staff. Hey, Uncle Fabian, all of you. Wifey, all of you. Pleasant good morning to you all, man. Boy, it's real people looking on to Gael. That's the thing. Everybody only calling Lennox. We're calling Mikey. Hey, Gael. Hey. We want what? Everybody on Gael right now, man. Very good. And the lines are open, y'all. The lines are open. Let me organize and play some voice notes if y'all in calling. Alright, let me hear. Hey, my Ghanaian friend say she out of the country. She in Guyana.
Morning, Andy. Ian Allen into Guyana politics. He need to come back to Trinidad and rest his tired self and study Trinidad politics. Stay out of Guyana politics. I don't know what you're doing here. I see when they was running him. I was right in that crowd there with his fast self.
Oh, God. Let me say a pleasant good.
No, I mean, if you go in there to capture the essence of the elections, one has to have a sort of a balanced approach. I mean, it's either you're a bacchanalist or you're a journalist. You got to make up your mind. You're reading something from off the phone and you're trying to, no, come on, man. When you're out here element, you're out here element. Call the ground report. When it is that there were allegations of trying to steal the election back then, it was the same Ali who was interviewed on the ground report. The same Ali was interviewed on the ground report. Now, if you're going there again, know what you're doing. People want to know what's happening in Guyana. Guyana is in the spotlight. Guyana is there. But there's a way to do it. And they're right. If you're not coming with good intentions, well, the people have a right to tell you, look, listen, best you go back where you come from. Don't let nobody embarrass you. Come home. Come home. You're out here, element. Come home. We are there.
I'm going there. So, I want the clip, Magani's friend. Send me the clip where they're running. We partner Ian Allen. They tell him, go home. Go home. We're doing here.
I mean, it's internationally accepted that Guyana is one of the more violent places in the world. But at the same and in the Caribbean, but I don't know if he has decided to immigrate or migrate or evolve out of that and reporting on elections. From the impression I'm getting, it appears that he's now.
Well, the thing about it is not just what you do, but it's how you do it.
I suppose
we would like to know exactly how things are unfolding there as they're preparing for the election. There seems to be quite a serious challenge to the current administration. But again, it's how you do it.
I will try to get contact with the president.
Like to get some insight. Look, I really don't even want to promote that, to be honest with you.
You want to get in contact with the president?
We have enough on our plate here to deal with what we have to deal with. The administration is putting forward many of the things, and like I said, to hear this minister in the office of the prime minister come out and talk about the kind of treatment by these banks, it says a lot. And then again, you have a senator talking about going after the PRO of the United National Congress. We had him on, Dr. Kirk Megu, and Dr. Megu is correct. He also has a right not to be intimidated or threatened. He does have a right not to be intimidated and threatened, and to stand up for what for what is happening here. And many people are weighing in on the fact of just how independent are these independent senators. A release from the UNC condemns Senator Anthony Vieira as a disgrace to the parliament and the president's bench. The United National Congress condemns Senator Anthony Vieira. His childish behavior and shameless bias has done irreparable damage to the credibility of the Senate. In Monday's debate in the Senate on the Prime Minister's Pensions Amendment Bill 2025, Senator Vieira did not merely express disagreement with the bill, which is his right. He claimed that its passage would undermine the rule of law, undermine parliamentary integrity, and should not be contemplated by any government with respect for the rule of law. He further stated that it would set a bad precedent for which all current senators would be responsible. I mean, are you serious? Now that the bill has passed, given that his arguments were not sufficiently coherent, compelling, and persuasive to convince his colleagues, is Senator Vieira now accusing the parliament of undermining the rule of law and parliamentary integrity? Is he claiming that the government has no respect for the rule of law? These are outrageous and reckless statements that cheapen the gravity of our democracy and insult the parliament. Again, how things are done.
I want to commend the UNC for that statement, because I was of the view that particular independent, so-called independent senator, spoke after the Attorney General made his case for the measure that was under consideration, and it was clear that he went into areas that really and truly was totally and absolute issues. There were two major factors that were being considered: whether or not the measure was ad hominem, meaning that that it was targeting George Young in this case. Let's be practical, and the other one is whether or not his constitutional rights would have been violated, because your money is considered to be part of your possession, and therefore to deprive a man of that, it is a cardinal sin and protected under the Constitution. And he went into, of course, the rule of law. He went, of course, into parliamentary processes and so on. And of course, totally ignoring. And it, to me, is as if he was begging the other senators to follow him. So that statement that was issued by the UNC, I think is absolutely on the button, on the pin. And of course, the five of them, I believe, independent senators, we expected the vote of the opposition to go as it was, but certainly those independent senators who disagreed, I think they should be given credit, because when you would have listened to Vera's argument, you would think that, of course, he was promoting, advocating that his way is the way and no other way. So commendation goes right wrong for common sense to have prevailed, and the measure was, of course, passed. Yes.
You're right, Lennox, as well as, you're right, because it does seem as though he was trying to, persuade and to convince his colleagues,
yes,
to get involved and accusing the parliament of undermining the rule of law and parliamentary integrity, as though claiming that the government has no respect for the rule of law. Outrageous and reckless statements. One has to look into that. Just how independent are you? That's the case. Your red petticoat is showing. It's showing. Go ahead, Andy.
Prior to that, you know what he said? He said that the government must come with convincing argument in order to, of course, convince people like him that the correctness of their approach. That is what he said. Prior to the sitting of the parliament, one, and subsequent to the press conference that was initiated by the UNC the Sunday before. But he came there and was totally came out totally biased.
Mm.
And
Andy, who we have there?
yeah.
Yes. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I call in concerning the situation that Miss Central raised earlier with the man that abused the other driver on the highway. I tell you something, every day I just be using the highway. And my daughter does be in the vehicle with me. And if I react in the way that man reacted, I would have done beat everybody in the highway already, every driver. Because every morning, people frustrated with the traffic, they make all kind of bad turn or bad drive and all kind of thing. And you reacting like that just makes you as illiterate as the situation you're facing. For a man to dehumanize another citizen like that, that man probably have a mother, you have a father, you probably have a wife, you have a friend and all kind of thing. And to be tapping up and dehumanizing a fellow citizen like that for a bad drive, that is why crime in this country would never end. It's because of the mentality of people like them. Now, if that was me, you see the moment right there, I would accept what you do one thing, probably have a firearm and thing. And if I had my family in the vehicle, I would probably accept. But I'm sure that this morning, Das or Voodoos or one of them in home picking up he. And you know what his family would say? Why it is a man had to lose his a little incident like that, a little few tap. But it's not the tap. It's the dehumanizing of another human being. That same man we're driving out of vehicle could be the man that would save his life one day if he in an accident and dying in the car, wrap up around a light pole, before the car blow up and burn him up and he dead like a dog. That same fellow citizen could have been the man who right at the moment come out and drag him out of the car, or his family, or his wife, or his sister, his mother. And these were these idiots and them, they had the same mentality like Rowley and them. Don't think about nobody else beside themselves. Trust me. Now, when you go to the police station now, they go give you a set of run around and a set of dotishness to deal with our situation. But something like that has so much repercussion that we had to be more alert to make sure that that other person get justice, feel satisfied, and the other person who decides to do something like that must think twice. Not for a little bad drive. Look, every day you see man wrap around that light pole and thing, dead in the vehicle, 5, sometimes 3, 4 of them. The dead people go come out and tap up the person who give them a bad drive. Look what happened with Anil Ross recently. Anybody them go and tap up the man that give them the bad drive that occurred there, it cost a man life. But you know, and I sure where he was coming out from the merger, he was probably, the man then probably gave him a squeeze through some kind of thing and he come out and want to beat up him. Hey, let me tell you something, Mr. Who you is? I just be on the highway. I have a black Hilux that I'll be driving. Just pull in front of me, I want to give you a bad drive and come out and beat me up like how you beat up that man. And I'm going to show you something. The last time you're going to use your hand. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey. Oh boy.
No, man, this is not you stop and talk to me. No, Anthony, listen to me. This man stop and talk to the president. You can't tell nobody control nobody, because nobody can control you. Listen to me. You spoke to the president. You drive on the block of road and come in this place. You want to ask the president about the road. Yeah, he's past this man, brother. You understand me? Or you could ask the man, what make you think you could run any country? Sir, but sir, we have people who have nobody, you know what? It's not nobody question.
Oh boy. All right, that's enough. Oh boy. The ground report really had the experience. Let me take a call. Morning call. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? The woman look like she want to run on, yes? Oh, Lord. Morning.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Mickie K, Lennox, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm calling from Pity Valley. First thing, let me tell the man who called, Brian Lara got back his dog. My second point this morning is the busman who called 2 weeks ago and went on and on about the bus service. I hope he listened yesterday. And I would advise him to go down to Shaguanas and find Sukai. If he can find Sukai business place and talk to Sukai. I hope he never call this program again to talk about bus. And my third point, I don't know if people remember when Mrs. Prasad Bissessa asks if Trinidad is an ATM, the outcry of the people. Because you know Mrs. Prasad Bissessa, she cannot say nothing right for some people. Well, Ralph Gonzalez is now saying that our money is monopoly money. I am waiting to hear the same outcry that they're going to give Ralph Gonzalez. Ungratefulness is not nice. When Ralph Gonzalez and all of them wanted the money, they was coming here. And now today we're in a situation, he laughing at Trinidad. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh, boy.
Yes, Andy, look, I now send the clip for you. I'm placing it to stay in Trinidad.
Hey, and the rest of Ghanaians that are locked on to us via Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, via the Caribbean. Yeah. I'll go play a little bit in it, a little most likely tomorrow or next time because we have a lot of calls to take, right? Yes. The Ghanaians people lock on to the ground report, Mikey, boy. They say they love the ground report.
Did we make any overture to Irfan Ali or one of them?
Yeah. I sent a message. To him, but not to interview him now, though. But I did tell him that the ground report would like to have an interview with him.
Yes.
As he did back then and so forth. Yeah. Oh boy, go ahead, caller. Morning. The Ghana president.
Good morning.
Yeah.
The program breakdown?
How the program breakdown?
I'm not getting it on YouTube. It cut off.
No.
Well, I trying to refresh the page
I am on
and I get
YouTube,
it.
let me see. I am on YouTube right now and seeing it.
You can only look again all he watch. Let me see.
All right.
Yeah, all up.
Let me reboot and see.
It's over 1,000 and something people, 1,200 people or so. Real Media TT have about 700 and something people, nearly 800 on. Ground Report have a couple of hundreds on there. The corridor transformation have about 80 some 90 something on. Real Media on Facebook have about 200 and something. Yeah. Look, I watching it here, man. I watching everything is on up and running.
Okay, I'll refresh it again and see. Yeah.
Refresh, yeah.
Okay,
Or we refresh, yes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you refresh. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning. Andy, Lennox, Mikey, Tunapuna here.
Hey, Mikey, let me send you the link, boy. Let me not forget that, boy. Oh, God. Oh. Go ahead, Tunapuna. Tunapuna. Go ahead. Oh, gosh, Tunapuna, you get caught. We lost here. Call back. Where's that? Tunapuna, call back. Oh, sir. Right, Tunapuna, call back. Call back, Tunapuna. Oh, boy. Go ahead, caller. Morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. And at long last, I have been trying since Monday to get onto the program with no success. But anyway, I am on this morning, right? Andy, I want to say a very, very special thank you this morning to Miss Santa Cruz to Ann Brown, to Miss Central, and the ground report, and all the people who prayed for my daughter and I, and who sent wishes during our time when we were really, out of it. So thank you very, very much, and then the ground report, and all the beautiful people. Andy, I am telling you, it was the worst experience of my life. And I am also telling you this morning that I believe in miracles, because it is a miracle that my daughter and I were not killed last Monday in that accident. It was that bad. But as I always say, God is alive and he takes care of his people. I also want to say a very special thank you, Andy, to the ambulance attendants who came and picked us up there by the road on Monday. They were here, they were professional, they were good. You hear so much bad news about the health system, and it is true. But I am telling you, our experience was really one that we must be thankful and we must be grateful for. We hear all the bad news, but we must always say thank you when it is deserved. You understand? When we got to St. James, we had to wait a little while. That was the only problem. But the doctors, the nurses, the technicians, everybody there, they were professional. And I got x-rays, ultrasound, EGC, I think not that is ECG, I think it is they call it, blood test, and it works. Nothing was left undone. And I want to say a very special thank you to all the healthcare workers there, and I hope and pray that all the people who have to go into these hospitals will have the same experience and the same treatment that we receive. So thank you again. Right? I have been listening to the ground report and all the callers who take their time every morning to call this program. And it is so important. It is so needed for the people, the ground report family, to continue keeping that fire burning. You understand? There is so much evidence that the PNM intend to continue destroying this country. And if the ground report, Mickie, Lennox, and Andy, and all the wonderful callers, if they do not keep at it, and they would give them a chance to get to do the destruction that they plan to do. You understand? Look at it. They are not stopping, Everything that the UNC say is a problem. Everything that the UNC and the ministers, everybody try to do is a problem. They are on a path of destruction. And we thank God for that I could call the ground report and say what I have to say. We must never ever stop. We must never ever give up. Every day as the Lord sends, we must stand in defense of the UNC government. We must stand in defense of the government of Trinidad and Tobago. They are working hard. They are doing their best. They have the interest of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago and the affairs of Trinidad and Tobago at heart. You understand? We must give them the love, the prayers, and the support that they deserve. Because there are people, the people here, who are seeking their own interest. They just want money, and to be able to break the law, and they don't intend to give up. They don't intend to stop. And we must let them know we are not giving up. We are not stopping. We are going to come here every day, every God blessed day, and stand in support of the government of Trinidad and Tobago and give them the opportunity to do the job that we know that they are going to do. Blessings to everybody, and let us keep praying, let us keep talking, let us keep fighting, and let us keep standing up against evil and standing up and fighting for what is right. Blessings, my people.
Thank you very much, Mommy Roadbrook. Oh boy.
Good to hear her voice.
Yes. I just oh boy. Nice. Good morning. We're calling from what's your contribution on the ground for this morning?
Hello?
Go ahead, Mr. Tunapuna. I was waiting back for your call. Go ahead, Mr. Tunapuna.
All right, Andy, let me tell you something. You remember when Kid Rowley made his laughing stock comment about the Guyanese dollars? Here it is, you have Ralph Gonzalez now talking about monopoly money. I wonder if it is that the people whoever did bundle up some monopoly money and bust the head. You could remember that incident? So, Ralph Gonzalez, you better shut up because hereby we have you looking good today because when we take our money and build an airport for you in Grenada and then a village, a housing village, Patrick Manning take our taxpayers' money and build houses for all over there. So you should shut your damn mouth. As remember a Calypsonian by the name of Swallow, when he sang the Calypso, Trinidad is the Caribbean godfather. We reach out to everybody. So don't try to embarrass me. Understand what I'm saying, Gonzalez? Now that the PNM is out of power, you will make all kind of statements as it relates to the UNC. Now let me get down to the other thing now, Andy. I am in full support of Mr. Darrell Alaha, Senator, with respect to the statement that he made and dealing with the banks. Because remember yesterday, I called and I made to inform you that I went to Scotia Bank to get a bank statement, not me, rather, but my wife. And they tell us that they have a charge fee of $2. All these banks make a profit of $1.2 billion a year, all because why? They, on average, they make $300 million quarterly. So if $300 million quarterly, therefore that amounts to $1.2 billion. And you want to tell me that all they want to charge people for a bank statement, Andy? And what is even funny about it, all these charges that they charge people for all these different transactions, ATM, this, that, and what have you. But then again, you have to ask yourself, there was a number of revelations with respect to some of the banks involved in an illegal transaction where loans and things that was taken by the PNM government and the terms and conditions and all these kind of things. They have to have where is the bank ombudsman, the banking ombudsman? We don't hear nothing about them, but I want to applaud the ombudswoman, I think she was the clerk of the house, and she come out and make some startling revelation. Now that she's the ombudsman. Mickie, you could help me, Lennox, and she said, talk about the social welfare things and whatnot that was happening there in the social welfare ministry. And I applaud her for that because you never heard any ombudsman come out and make open statement with respect to that. I want to talk about Ruhan Sinanan. Just imagine, but before I get to Ruhan Sinanan, in the debate with the pension thing, I was watching when Faris Al-Rawi was talking. And everything he was saying, because next thing was Anthony Vera. And everything Al-Rawi was saying, Vera was not in agreement. So therefore, I said from the beginning, I know he's going to support the PNM. You understand? He's not independent. He have an axe to grind with the UNC. This is to show you this. But coming to Rohan Sinana now, when the doctor Lakram Bodo talk about $800 or $900 million in expired drugs and pharmaceuticals and what have you, have to be destroyed. Here it is, we have in the PTSD almost how much, $500 or $600 million in obsolete parts, and then they were buying this from who? These Sukai diesel? Huh? This is corruption to the highest, and we have to know discard or find some means of disposing of that $50 to $60 million worth parts that cannot be used. Huh? Something is wrong. Rohan Sinanan has telling you something. You see how they remove the security details from Stuart Young and Rowley and all of them? We're bringing back security details for all you. But not to escort, not to accompany all you, but to escort all you to the courthouse and to the jail. Understand what I'm saying? Because, and Rohan Sinanan, I want to ask a question because your name has been calling. Allegation that you were involved with illegal people in business. Because that was up in your constituency up there. And you were involved with that. You, the men and them, you hired, I think, from what I was said. that they were working in the illegal quarrying thing. You have to be thoroughly investigated, you know. And all these roadwork and all these projects and things with Junior Sammy and all these big companies and them who get contract to build roads and what other things. All these things have to be investigated, you know. All you ain't getting off the hook, you know, friend. And I am calling on Senator Alaha to deal with the issue of the banking sector, because the banking cartel, the foreign exchange cartel, all involved in that. And the time has reached that somebody had to put up to this nonsense. We all feel all they have a monopoly, just like the importers of food in the country and the importers of pharmaceuticals. Anything with monopoly, you know, and we want fair trading. Fair trading, the Ratiwari, all you have to come out and, because I'm chanting, you know, and you know who the man they put now, I think, in the fair trading thing? This Ronald Ramkisoon, who was the economist at Republic Bank. All these fellas, Andy, I'm telling you, these fellas and them is involved in every corruption, bribe, and all you have this country waiting today. There must be a thorough investigation. We're pulling down everything from the shelf and starting from scratch to investigate all you. I have no sympathy on the banking sector, who is the people that are ripping off this country. You understand? Making billions of dollars in profit. And people suffering, all you have to suffer the consequences of it, my brother. And you have a blessed day.
Boy.
Yes, thank you, Tuna Puna.
As promised,
We will
Mikey
not
K.
forget.
As promised,
We
Mikey
will
K.
not forget.
Remember the Honorable Senator Mr. Anil Roberts was to talk with the people Monday or so, but remember it had the Senate. So the Honorable Senator is on right now to talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Go ahead, Mikey.
Blessed morning to you, Senator. I know it's been a very hectic week. Welcome to the Ground Report. Yours truly, Mikey K, Andy Pitbull Williams, and Lennox Smith. It has been a very, very hectic week so far, and it's only Wednesday. The Senate, we've heard so much about CPEP. We've heard so much about, the question of the independence of these so-called independent senators. Please share with us as always, and it's a pleasure to have you on. Go right ahead, Senator.
Oh, nice. Go ahead, Senator.
All right, I didn't hear anything Mikey K said.
Oh, you didn't hear
so
Mikey
I just
said?
say good morning.
Mikey, go ahead. You didn't hear what you say. Go ahead.
Good morning once again, Senator. It's a pleasure to have you on. Yours truly, Mikey K, Lennox Smith, Andy Williams. I know it's been a hectic week and it's only Wednesday. We have CPEP on the front burner. We have the fact that many are calling out how independent these independent senators are. And so much is being revealed in the Senate. So many bombshells, whose sisters selling pie, who use the resources of the buses and what have you. Please share with us. Go right ahead.
Good morning, Mikey, Andy, Lennox, and to all your listeners, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. All I can say is the more that we investigate, the more that we request reports across ministries in Trinidad and Tobago, it's the more I can say thank you to the people of Trinidad and Tobago for voting on April 28th. When you see some of the insanity that the PNM has been operating with, your mind would boggle. It seems that they were so arrogant, coming down from the leadership of Keith Rowley, Stuart Smallpin Young, the cabinet, down into the chairman of boards, the interlocking directorships. Noel Garcia, where is Noel Garcia? Is Noel Garcia here, or has he gone to Ghana? What's he doing in Ghana? You see, at HDC, for example, we have seen some of the most corrupt practice known to man. And people in this country are clamoring and desirous of housing. People want to keep their families safe and under shelter. And the PNM use the HDC as a feeding trough for friends, family, and financiers.
They created a web of interlocking directorships. Rowley's best friend, Noel Garcia, and the man who he put in charge of spending nearly every cent of the PSIP, the IDF, the construction across Trinidad and Tobago, was controlling HBC and making it, dividing it into different segments, different companies, so that he and Newman George and Rowley could control every single thing. They built and they ended up creating an inefficient monstrosity where money was spent, but houses were not complete. And people are out there hoping with a reference number. Everybody has a reference number. And they're sending it. And there are no houses. And the few houses that they had, the PNM gave out to themselves, to their friends, to their membership, and left the citizens out there just holding on to a wing and a prayer. There was a policy that's supposed to, if you have a percentage of houses to allocate, the cabinet note from way back 2006, 2007 says that 25% of those houses could be from a minister recommending. So, you know, the ministers now, like, for example, people just come in, meeting you on the street, police officers, army officers, family people, single mothers, and they're giving you a reference number and saying, oh, gosh, minister, help me, help me. And then MPs all across the country getting the same thing. 25% of houses allocated should be from a ministerial recommendation. So MPs come in and give a letter and so on. Do you know what the PNM was doing? The PNM gave out 64.5% of ministerial. So PNM recommending PNM, and they gave out 64%. They then had another category, 15%, where they said recommender unknown. So we don't know who recommend. It could be Superman, Batman, but obviously it is some Balize houseman or woman who recommend. So add that again to the 64%, and that takes you close to 80% of houses allocated were allocated by PNM to PNM. Even the services, the people who serve our country, the army, the police, the fire, these services, prisons officers, they are supposed to get, Mikey and Andy, a 10% allocation. So if you have 100 houses to give out, 10% supposed to be allocated to somebody in the service. You know what the PNM was given? 4% to the officers, to the police officers, to the fire officers. They also supposed to give 10% of the houses, when allocated, to differently able people, blind, deaf, people in wheelchairs, those who are most vulnerable. You know what the PNM allocation was for the differently able? 1%. They used the HDC as a political feeding trough before the election. Remember, after we win, you saw some things on news where people were going by HDC office down in South and somewhere and clamoring for pay, you know, wanting to know where the money is and so on. Well, when Minister David Lee investigated and asked for a report on what exactly was taking place, you know what Minister Lee unearthed? That just in March of this year, the HDC, through its managing director, hired 2,300 people. Just so, without cabinet approval, without cabinet note, without any sort of specific project, just for election, 2,300 people were given short-term contract, 1 month and 2 months, just after the election. Where they did it, why they did it, when Minister Lee and myself, we asking them, but how you did this, how were these people selected? They saying, well, the ministers, the PNM ministers would recommend and tell us, and it increased from 600 to 900 and 1,200 and then 2,300. Minister Lee said, listen to me, we will deal with the process and so on, the illegality of your actions, the lack of approval, the lack of cabinet approval. But if you all undertook to make a commitment to citizens that you're all going to pay them for whatever program the PNM thought it was, you must pay the people. So Minister Lee ensured that the people got the money. But the problem is, this is the type of situation that has been going on in every ministry across Trinidad and Tobago. The PNM was running the government like their personal bank account, like their personal feeding truck. No policy, no paperwork. This is why the Auditor General for 2 years was unable to give an opinion on the accounts of Trinidad and Tobago and the fiscal accounts, as the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar read out in the Parliament a few weeks ago. The Auditor General could not give an opinion because there is no paperwork, there are no invoices. Procurement is questionable. Yesterday in the Senate, I tell all you, Mickie K, you go lost your hair. I know you have a full afro, you know. You go lost your hair when you hear this one. You go be bald like Annie. Imagine in the HDC, up in Bonaire West, right? That is the constituency of Marvelous Marva, right? There was a tender done in 2018 for a wastewater system in a Bonaire West HDC project, a housing project, right? It was tendered out, and the company that won for tender a bid of the project, and it was $3.9 million. PNM, as usual, slow, and they didn't do anything. So a year passed. The tender itself was now illegitimate because that tender was only legal for a certain period of about a year. ATC didn't care about that. They then increased the contract over the next 7 years with the same contractor that won a bid at $3.9 million. They increased that contract price to $35 million. Have you ever hear that?
Wow.
$35 million. And the contractor himself is telling the agency what kind of options them will have and how much they should pay. When they increase, Wassa said, well, the project takes so long, they have more house, so you have more daily flow of wastewater to deal with. Wassa do a test and say the maximum is 2,000 per day, but the average is 2,200. So you need about 2,900 cubic meters per day in order to handle, because it don't ever be maximum all the time, but all right. The contractor tell agency, well, Wassa say 2,900 cubic meters a day. I go build a system and charge you for it for 3,500 cubic meters a day. And I give you a price now of $19.8 million. And this bid only is valid, or this price, this invoice, this estimate is only valid for 45 days. 2 years later, the managing director of the HCC say, hey, remember that price you gave at $19 million? No big thing, we go pay you $29.9 million plus the $3.9 million plus the $1.9 million that we increased. So we'll pay you $35 million. That is procurement, contract, and wastage of money, PNM style, pure corruption. And you would know that the contractor is a favored son of the PNM. And this is just one example. The Attorney General's office, he spoke about legal fees and briefs and wastage of money. In the Ministry of Works and Transport, you see in corruption, Zemcot, Airport Authority, Caribbean Airlines, all over the place, Ministry of Education, Sport Company, anywhere the PNM was, there's no process, no procedure, poor corporate governance, pure wastage, no value for money. And then these PNM come in to tell you where the money will come from. They crash the economy, but don't worry. The people spoke on April 28th, and we will fix it. Kamala Persad-Bissessar will fix it. What has to happen and is already happening under the Ministry of Energy? You see Dr. Rudal Munilal making moves, increasing gas production. He is listening to the brilliant engineers and so on that we have in this country who understand oil and gas. No more is it a dumb lawyer, Stuart Smallpin Young, playing that he bright and ignoring the intelligent people who study and who have experience in the field to go and negotiate in 2017 and cause our country to make a loss in gas. Rudal Munilal has brilliant people around him. He's moving forward. He's making relationships with Suriname, Guyana, Grenada, plus our local on-land fields of offshore gas, improving production, going downstream. You'll see Point Lisa start to pick up. You heard the Honorable Kamal Maharaj talking about trade and investment and opportunities. That Trinidad and Tobago is open for business. Revenue streams will be open. Look at Tobago, increased flights to Tobago already. That jewel, that diamond in the rough, Tobago, we will start to increase the tourism, sport tourism, carnival launching, bands launching this week. We will make Trinidad and Tobago safe so more people will come here and spend money. So have no fear. Kamla Prasad Bisasa is here. The UNC you voted for, and we will fix all of this PNM corruption. The PNM is where it ought to be, in opposition and decimated, divided. Yesterday in the Senate, the PNM now taking a position. Well, Arawi, for example, defending himself as Attorney General and trying to make a case that he didn't waste money and he spent value for money while throwing Reginald Armour under the bus. He didn't defend Armour and Camille Robinson Regis. So Team PNM is now man for themselves. The next one, Vishnu Dan Paul, when I debated last night and I was showing him that the economy was crushed by the PNM and what the poor budgeting and the new practice of under budgeting and then come in media review to come for a supplementary appropriation. The nonsense, the games they were playing with our credit rating, the loss of jobs, the depression, the drop in GDP of 17.8%, putting us into a depression with stagflation, no jobs plus inflation. Dan Paul sit on me, he said, well, that was me. In other words, he says, call me but crash the economy, not me. I now reach. That is the new position of the PNM, to try and dissociate themselves from the mess, the collapse of the economy and our country that was conducted, disseminated by Keith Rowley, Stuart Smallpin Young and the PNM. Man for themselves, PNM is splintered and shattered, and we must keep them there because they have decimated this country and they must stay out for not one term, not 2 terms, but 3 and 4 terms. The PNM must never raise its evil head again.
Oh boy. And you are so correct. Lennox Smith. Oh boy, I wonder if you hear me. Anyhow, Minister, we heard everything you say. We want to tell you because they're getting problems here on their side, but that's nothing. At least you, as a journalist, which you are too, on a very great talk show host, we are sure that you explained every single thing when it coming to all those discrepancies within the housing ministry and all those wastage and all this situation. Right, let me just ask one quick question that a lot of people asking, because under the PNM, not a house or not much house was given out to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, or they didn't ever had much contracting or building of homes within that ministry. What things looking like at this point in time in you all using that ministry in order to provide more houses, which will heat up the economy when it coming to work and people getting work and the construction industry getting boom again.
Yes,
yeah.
Well, the Honorable Minister David Lee has met with not only Minister of Finance Dave Tanku, but Minister of Planning Kennedy Swarat Singh, and they are putting programs and plans in place to raise funding to get, as you said, the housing stock built. There are over 37 projects that are incomplete, plus 11 PPP projects that have been floundering under the PNM because they don't even work hand in hand with contractors and developers and investors to get projects going. The PNM just simply cannot implement. Money disappears. You know about Tarani Racing Complex. 200 million back in the 70s disappeared. Not a horse run on any track. Project Pride, 400 million disappeared. No revive move, nothing happened. That's what PNM does. They are like magicians. They just empty the treasury and nothing is done. So under the guidance of Kamala Prasad Bisesa and Minister Lee, there's going to be a massive housing program with a number of methodologies being utilized, whether it's loan, grant funding. We will wait for some, I will argue for the budget. Remember, the first budget of Kamala Prasad Bisesa is going to come sometime in September. This appropriation, supplementary appropriation, that PNM thing, PNM arguing with themselves when you hear them, they can't even debate. Because obviously with an election on April 28th, the supplementary appropriation, the supplementary appropriation documents of each ministry by the budget division of the Ministry of Finance would have been completed before ministers was selected by Kamala Prasad Bisesa, chosen and gone into the ministries. That's the process, to do all those documents and to come up with the numbers and so on. So this appropriation that we just passed is the PNM appropriation, what them had planned to do, because they under-budgeted things like recurrent expenditure, salaries and so on, books and textbooks that they knew they had to pay for. But to give an impression in September last year that the economy was good and the deficit was not as big, the PNM played games with the accounts and the budgeting process. So this appropriation has nothing to do. This appropriation has nothing, sorry about that, people just calling on a phone, has nothing to do with the UNC policies and Kamala Prasad Bisesa and what she wants to do. Kamala Prasad Bisesa's budget with Dave Tanku, the Minister of Finance, who is being prepared now. The strategies are being put in place. Money and figures are being put into the new positions, and the movement forward with love, care, and changing from the PNM culture of weaning the people of the resources to the resources must be used to benefit the people. Kamala's budget will be in September. Right now, we are still gathering information. The big ministers who have to get the revenue flowing and so on are hard at work. Munilal, Tanku, Swaraj Singh, and all the senior ministers are presenting plans and programs to move forward. So David Lee has already instructed the permanent secretary and so on that in the next few years, we are going to ramp up housing and give allocations and give hope to people with fairness and equity. No 80% of houses being allocated to buy from Balize House and all of this nonsense. So you can look forward to the government of the UNC changing the landscape of Trinidad and Tobago, giving opportunity and equity to all. All must have a chance to earn a contract. All must have a chance based on merit to serve the country. All must have a chance to be to earn a living wage in Trinidad and Tobago. That is the policy of Kamala Prasad Bisesa. PNM, every single thing on this earth, you have to go and find a K-Pax to live in Balize House. You have to see whatever contract, it's somebody's friend, somebody golfing partner, somebody mother, somebody father in a red jersey. That is wrong. The constitution of the country says that the resources must be utilized for the widest margin of people across Trinidad and Tobago. And that's what Kamala Prasad Bisesa will be doing, whether it is road, drainage, construction, box drain, across the board, school feeding, sport, contracts, development, architecture, planning. Everybody on merit will get an opportunity to earn and to serve. And that's how Trinidad and Tobago will move forward. So Kamala Prasad Bisesa will fix it.
Nice. Well, you know, I find a way to get my colleagues and them on because they have some very serious questions that they would like to ask. So just give me 10 seconds, 10 seconds. You know where there is a will, there is a way. You know technology sometimes is operate. Oh, and use a grassroots minister. Hold 1 minute. What I'm going to do is just confront them there. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, I heard that part of it, Andy.
Oh, you heard that part?
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm ringing your phone.
It appears that that issue might have been.
All right, look, I'm ringing your phone.
Partially resolved. But let me ask, at the risk of course, not having heard what he said before, but so I'm hoping that I'm asking a question that was not covered before, and that is, of course, well, I know that would have been challenges, but what are the main concerns now that you have moving forward? Because it is about delivery, it is about expediting things. I know that is a similar situation with Miss Mohit when we had her on. That she cannot understand the delays, and they're working feverishly with other ministries as well to treat with those matters. So I'll leave it there. So the
nice.
Minister,
Well, you won't hear me, Lennox, because you won't hear him. But Minister, when I heard Lennox, you want to know what is one of the main challenges that you and your colleagues meet at the AGC there?
The main challenge is that the PNM spent in 9.5 years $600 billion, and like they have paid nobody. They have ageable payment, meaning people, citizens, companies are owed the tune of $500 million, inside of the HDC. That is money that had to be paid before you could even start to move forward in new projects and new contracts. So this is when I tell you all that the PNM is so incompetent, corrupt, and wicked. You have to understand, when you see one ministry, people who may be cutting grass, maintaining plumbers, contractors, elevator servicemen, garbage collection, masons and so on, who fix roof, fix wall and so on. They have done work, and the PNM didn't pay them, but the money disappeared, and the bills are still there. So Kamla Prasad, the Minister Lee, all of them have to figure out Dave Tanku to pay and move forward. To earn, we have to diversify this economy. The PNM never diversifies. Every time a new government comes in and moves us along the continuum of diversification, increasing revenue streams, somehow the evil, wicked, corrupt PNM sneaks back in through gerrymandering, through the EBC changing boundaries, through a system with a PNM fake media that presents the PNM as a viable option, and then they take our country backwards. We as the people must stand firm and give Kamla Prasad, Bisesa, and the UNC 10 and 15 years to really move this country, to not only boost the energy sector and the downstream, but to go and improve sport tourism, health tourism, the manufacturing sector, to increase the yachting industry, boating industry, the environmental sector, to improve energy revenue streams across the board in AI, technology, using our bright people in agro-processing, agriculture, and in industry and creativity. We must find ways to utilize our skill, our human resource, our mental, our intellect, get away from these bursaries, from these dependency syndrome that everybody have to know somebody to get something. So the issue is that we will diversify, increase the revenue streams, but we have to be skillful because we have to fix the morass and the nonsense that the PNM did while delivering to the people and keeping our promises. Kamla Prasad Bisesa does not make jokes. She does not speak just for speaking sake. When she makes a promise, she commits to it, she will deliver it. And she said she would deliver it. So all ministers, all ministries are working hard and creatively to create new plans, new programs to increase revenue streams, not to increase taxation, not to just keep borrowing. We have to borrow for now because the PNM has been running deficit budgets month to month, and they have the audacity to be asking the Minister of Finance, how much you borrow for me? How much you borrow? You know how much we have to borrow because you all were the ones who were not running the country properly. So Dave Tanku is on it. Swat Singh is on it. Munilal is on it. David Lee is on it. Trade and Kama Maraj is on it. Eli Zakur is on it. Jillian John is on it. The UNC is on it. And the UNC will fix it.
Lennox Smith, he answered your question there, partner. Oh boy, oh boy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister.
Nice. Minister, thanks so much because we was trying to all to get on to the Mickie K. Boy, because he had all other questions to ask there. So I'm trying other line, which I'm trying it now. Hopefully he answers, so at least he will hear. And, hey, Mickie, let the minister is on here. He's hearing you. Go ahead, Mickie. Ask for the question, you'll be able to hear him too. I'll call him from my next line. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much, because I know, technology is a hell of a thing. Minister, again, I didn't hear completely everything, but the issue, of course, was cleared up with this CPEP. Yesterday, we had the line minister on, the Honorable Barry Padarat, and it goes back to what you've been saying for quite a while. I mean, the bias and the skewed comments that is made by this legacy media, moving forward, I mean, how do we get people to understand that you will have to turn into shows like this, and what you are doing in order to get the facts of the matter?
Well, that is the most important thing. Mickie K, our population is now understanding how devastatingly dishonest the PNM fake news media is. The mass media, the Newsday, the Express, the Guardian, the TV6 and the CNT3, the 13 PNM radio stations. They're now understanding. So people are tuning into social media, tuning into real media TV, and getting facts, getting information. We have to stop allowing fake news media to make us believe that the PNM lies have some sort of veracity. The PNM is a disease. The PNM is a blight. They are divided. They cannot even support each other. All of them shoo-shooing. They knew that it was wrong for anybody to work for one day and get a big pension. They knew it. But they couldn't vote on anything. They could not. They knew that a selection criteria for the party. They can't even have a convention in a big place. They have to go in the city hall. Why is a political party even having a political meeting in a government building like City Hall? But the media find that's okay. That is not okay. Government buildings are not for politics. Government buildings, government taxpayers' dollars, taxpayers' resources are for the people. Politics is a private. You have to have your own function. Go and rent a place. There are many places, conference halls, hotel, banquet halls. Rent that. What is PNM doing in City Hall in Port of Spain for a convention? And they couldn't even fill that little room. That it shows you that the people are fed up because they are getting the truth from social media. They're getting the truth from shows like Real Media TV, like the Ground Report. Understand that, and we must keep the truth going, because the PNM must never raise its wicked, evil head ever again.
Yeah, when you look at the level of hypocrisy, you're talking about people who recuse themselves from cabinet record number of times, never in the interest of the people that they're pretending to serve now, but they're talking about mobilizing, hitting the streets and what have you. What say you about that?
Well, the people should let those who benefited from the PNM hit the streets. Faris Al-Rawi should hit the streets because he rented out his building for 9 years at 23 million every 3 years, 69 million. He got 38 million to outfit his building, plus his salary, plus his post. So over 9.5 years, he benefited about 147.5 million. So Paris should be in the street. Stuart Young brother should be in the street. Stuart Young father should be in the street. Noel Garcia should be in the street. Ingrid Roshley, Narcisco, all of these people should go in the street. But leave poor people home. Understand that Camera loves people, loves workers, loves the most vulnerable. She has to change the PNM corruption. She will change it and provide opportunities for all to get a sustainable living wage so that people could really live, could put food on the table. This is not no game. Stop playing the political game. Let them who get $1 million contract, let the contractor who tender price went up from 3.9 million to 35 million, let he go on the street Let Noel Garcia contractors who did skin apart and turn it from a football field into a pet match site. Let them go on the street and take action. To those who play golf like Gilbert Peterson with Rowley, let them go on the street. Poor people stay home and mind your children. Do your homework. Kamala will fix it. Kamala is in charge. And Kamala is coming to save you, help you live safely and love in Trinidad and Tobago. Let all of them friends, financiers and recusers, let them walk in the hot sun.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you so much again for taking time out to link with us here on the ground report and, of course, sharing that insight with us and giving us clarity. Thank you so much again.
God bless Trinidad and Tobago. Enjoy, and everybody celebrate. The Prime Minister of India is coming here. Kana Prasad Bisesa, Kennedy Suarez Singh, Dave Tanko, and Minister of Foreign Affairs Sean Sobert. Bilateral talks will be going on. India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. They've alleviated poverty rates. They're improving the lives of citizens, even in rural India. They have a huge market. We are open for trade and investment. Our people must get opportunities, our manufacturers to expand and export. This is a visit that we can all be proud of. Thank you to Kamala Prasad Bisesa as we welcome the Prime Minister of India tomorrow.
Yes, before you go, it have some critics out there as saying that we get the India Prime Minister and he'll be coming here. And BRICS is one of the fastest growing things. Well, in my mind, the PNM done destroy the oil and gas industry in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we know the Honorable Prime Minister, your team, or our government are working to get our gas and oil sector back up and running, including our refinery. But what place, if you could be able to announce on that in any way, what place we will take or make when it comes to BRICS, so if we are not one of those giants to be able to be in that based on how PNM done mash up the industry or what? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I stay in my lane. That will be a discussion for the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Planning, the Prime Minister, the Minister of Trade, and for the Cabinet of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Being in a government, your personal opinion can't just be shared wild. A question like that you've asked requires deep insight, reflection, research, prediction, modeling. We have to know what are the benefits, what are the pros and cons, what is the possibilities, what could be the geopolitical backlash. That is a huge decision. But Kamala Prasad Bisesa is brilliant and has a brilliant team around her. So if that is a possibility, then it will be researched, it will be discussed, and a decision will be made at the right time.
Nice. Before I go there, you make me laugh there. The Honorable Prime Minister, the mother of the nation, really, when you say that you stay in your lane, really had told all ministers, stay in your lane, stay within, and you showed there that this little lady really, really mature and really and truly doing what's best she have to do for the country. Thank you so much, Mr. Roberts, and for staying in your lane.
God bless.
yes. Oh boy.
All right, be safe, Trinidad and Tobago. Enjoy the sunshine.
Yes. Mikey, you still there, brother? I know if you go here after you come off the phone or what, I know.
Yes.
So,
thank you.
Yes.
Let me come back on there.
All right, come on and let me see if you go here there as he come off and let me check. Nice. You hearing me there, boy?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
But what the hell went on there, boy?
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Technology.
Yeah, boy. And here what's we're going to? The screen get crooked where we rest our screens will have us, like for instance, let me get an example, but we go fix that. Let me get an example, boy, boy. I and all day, if you see me fighting up, I say, but on my side is pressure too. Boy, let me get an example. Yeah. Like for instance, what's something with, let me say, Jack, you're saying no. Let me say, if we interview Farley August, like how we interview Eli Zakiru, right? What's up, paying it across? Bam. Right? Because we did interview him earlier. And watch, look, you and Lennox there, right there, within the picture with me too, and the minister's picture there. But somehow for Mr. Roberts, let me go back to Mr. Roberts soon. I know I say, but what the hell is this going on here, boy? Somehow for Mr. Roberts, which I'm going to go back to Mr. Roberts, bam! This is some again, it, boy. Wait, look, I see that piece of you. Yeah. And if
unexpectedly, these things happen, boy.
Yeah, boy. And if I go back, well, then I will get a thing, but I'm not getting Lennox Smith. But it will fix. But Lennox Smith, Mikey.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I prefer to remain silent unless I regurgitate that which would have already been covered. And in Parliament, you can't be you cannot be excessive. You cannot talk about things that has already been passed. So I prefer to remain silent. But all in all, I think I'm sure that the population, those are the important ones. Population has been more informed, well informed, and so of course will not be subjected to the shenanigans and the self-serving utterances of the opposition.
Yes.
Issues towards, of course, certain kinds of action, because they're talking about boots on the road and marches and all kind of things. But of course, we know that they are fighting for their supper. But I shouldn't say fighting for their supper. They're fighting for their survival, because they have a lot of suppers, but they're fighting for survival. And of course, we will not be lured or in any way attracted by that kind of self-serving propensity. They had enough of that in government, and now that they're out of government, they are still looking, of course, to exploit the ordinary Joe in the country. We will resist, and we will tell the people as it is.
Yes. Go ahead, caller. A pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
A pleasant good morning, Andy. Andy, why are you trying to get Sir Anil Roberts into trouble?
Yeah, boy, man say, now I go say in Malay, so it's really truth, boy. The Prime Minister really tell them, the serious stay, everybody staying on the lane.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And round here, Mr. Lennox, Mickie, Director, our Gael family, and all in the live stream. A pleasant good morning to our Honorable Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamla Prasad BCSC, to all our senators. Great contribution yesterday in the Parliament on our finance bill 2025. Sir Anil Roberts, they're not ready for you. You were fantastic. Moving on to a pleasant good morning to Mother Bernie over in the Sister Isle, and to her sister. I'm sending out birthday blessings to her on her day. Now, I would like to touch on this monopoly money situation. There's an old saying that goes, never bite the hand that fed you. You never would know when you need it again. Yes. Miss Woodbrook, it was a pleasure hearing you this morning. Glad to hear that you're okay. You and your daughter is okay and doing well. Bless God for that. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a blessed day.
Same to you, Miss Ann Brown. And yes, I must say it was a pleasure hearing Miss Woodbrook this morning, and good to hear that she and her daughter, they are definitely on the mend, and that's wonderful. But a lot has been revealed in the Senate, gentlemen. I mean, you just heard from the senator, of course. We heard also from Senator Nakin, who said there was a program in particular called Fuse, which cost $74,000 per student for 3 months. The students were required, according to his report, to clear bush from lines and to lay TNTEC lines. And he asked what was the intent and purpose of these programs. Young people were given certificates of completion or participation. But most of all, these programs did not prepare the young people for the global, market, the global job market. So he's saying that the youths of the nations were betrayed. It was just something just to have on the book. So it was some sort of rush program coming into the election, and a lot was done when that bell was rung in that space of time, and even prior to that, knowing that it was going to happen, that money was just going each and every way, just simply hemorrhaging. And the young people, of course, did not, were not protected or insulated from all that was taking place. So a lot has been coming out, gentlemen, and I think it's no surprise for what we've been talking about for almost the last 10 years. Wastage of taxpayers' money, inefficiency, unbridled corruption, and the fact that these people were total failures. A bunch of taxing, lying, thieving, bullying, baby killing people.
Wow.
But I think one writer summed it up very appropriately, and of course that's a term that you know often use, Mikey, and that is smoke and mirrors.
Lennox Smith, hold 1 minute, Lennox Smith. Lennox Smith, we have Ravi Balgobin Moraj on the line. Yes, because he have been hitting very, very hard with various columns, all in the Sunshine newspaper. You know, he always there with the ground report, giving us all the various type of updates. Since the change of government, we have not talked to the Honorable Ravi Balgobin Maraj. Remember how much cases and all that he put to the court in order for the people of Trinidad and Tobago and such, Mikey K. So, Mr. Maraj, we have Mikey K, Lennox Smith in studio. Welcome to the ground report again. You know it's no stranger to the program. Gentlemen, you all have anything you all want to ask Mr. Maraj?
Yes, certainly. I will want to ask him, what have you been up to in recent times? Because I know that there is something always on the plate, so to speak. Some may be back burner issues, some may be just around completion. Are there anything that you would have, of course, pursued? I know that you love, of course, the freedom of information aspect of it. So anything there, first and foremost, that's what I want to find out from you.
Well, yeah, sure. Good morning to you all. Good morning to your listeners. Yeah, we actually have a matter going to Privy Council this month, I believe it's the 17th, regarding the NIB and the former chairman under EPNM, who was Patrick Ferreira, because the thing about it, they had appointed him to be chairman right after he was appointed to be the government representative on the board. And if you know the NIB legislation, it says that, you know, you have 3 persons from the government, 3 persons from the private, and 3 persons from the unions. And then you have a chairman that's supposed to be independent. And they took Mr. Ferreira out of the government caucus, put him as chairman, and then told the country that he was going to be independent. So he government serving one day, independent the next day. We took the matter to court, and that is going up to the Privy Council today. Well, this month. And the thing about it is that I think it's a very important discussion to be having right now, where we're looking at independent senators, you know, questioning whether or not they really have independence, who is independent in society, and how are they serving the interests of the country when they get into these positions. Because, you know, these are some very important positions where you need to have people who are not partisan to any political party or to any political individual. They need to be completely unbiased and completely representing the needs of the people, right? And they shouldn't be affiliated to political parties in that way. So, you know, this matter, I think, will shed some light on that in terms of what an independent person really is and how they are supposed to act when they get into these types of offices.
Nice. Mikey. Oh, boy. Any question for the Honorable Ravi?
No question on my he answered what I was asking.
One more for me quickly. We are hearing now through the grapevine and of course public officials current telling us that there is no notes, no minutes of the cabinet and that of Petrotrin as well with respect to who would have been part and parcel of the decision to close down Petrotrin. I think that ought to be, why is it been lost sight by some people, but it has not lost sight of us, because we know how critical Petrotrin would have been for the acquisition and the bringing in of vital foreign exchange. Have you put your mind to it, or have you heard that first and foremost? And have you put your mind to it as to how you might be able to assist us in getting the information as to who would have been responsible part of the cabinet in order to, of course, make that decision. And then, of course, the board itself, I understand that they can't find the minutes to determine how and who would have made that decision to close down Petrotrin?
Well, I haven't heard about it, but I'm not surprised because you would remember we had to go to Privy Council back in 2019, I believe, to get information regarding Malcolm Jones' board and all of the mismanagement that was going on, all of the corruption that was going on with that board when he was running it. And, this was the time when the government was closing it down and, they had all these contracts. They had World GTL doing their thing on the side. All of these things, they were trying to protect that information and keep it from the public. We were able to get some through the courts, but they were defiant and the government, the PNM, were trying desperately to hide all of this information. So if you tell me now that the minutes have gone missing, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I think, the government of today, the UNC, has to find a way to find that information. If they can't, and if there's need for any sort of judicial intervention, I would be happy to take it forward.
Nice. My question. Go ahead, Lennox. Go ahead. I go ask my question after you. You go ahead.
Well, of course, revelations about the monies and therefore briefs coming out of the Attorney General's department. Do you think that is a breath of fresh air in terms of transparency and accountability, which essentially, of course, that is why you would have utilized that Philip, if you want to call that, or that tool called the Freedom of Information Act in order to get information in what we want to consider to be a striving democracy, where, of course, information is crucial for the advancement of the society. Do you think that is a good sign that the government is transparent and is providing that kind of information spontaneously, almost without having to resort to things like the Freedom of Information Act?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you learn about the government spending over $1 billion just paying lawyers in fees for all of these things, that is more than agriculture, I believe, got in any budget. I don't think agriculture ever got $1 billion in a budget. But yet they're spending $1 billion in lawyer fees for frivolous matters. I mean, these things need to be scrutinized. They need to come to the public's attention. And it needs to be explained and so that people understand where their money was being spent and why it is roads haven't been fixed, schools haven't been fixed, hospitals haven't been built, haven't been upkept. All of these things are basic services people have been crying out for and couldn't get because they're taking money and they're giving it to their friends and family who are lawyers for all of these types of matters. And I think it's crucial that the government now expose these things and explain to people why there's no money in the treasury to be used for the benefit of the people. And it's because of the mismanagement of EPNM.
Nice. My question is it's a very, 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 very serious one because see, Dr. Kurt Megu end up under that type of pressure. But again, he really and truly cleared the air on himself. And I know you are not a part of the Senate or anything where will be cautioned by Mr. Wayne Mark or so. But a lot of people, you being a political activist, and I will say analyst too because you're that good. A lot of people have issues dealing with the independence of the independent senators. Do you have an issue? Do you believe that they're really independent? In your terms, are they coming across to you as independent? Because we see such very important bills that really and truly needed the independent, and the head of the Senate, the president of the Senate, had to organize the cast a vote in order to break ties and all those various things. What's your thoughts on that, Mr. Bagobin? On the independence of the independent senators, knowing that the president, who is to me is a PNM activist, that state that preach the gospel of the PNM and all those various things. What's your thoughts?
Well, it all goes back to how the independents are chosen, and you're right that the president, the current president, was formerly the president of the Senate, appointed by the PNM. She got to the office of the presidency again through the vote of the PNM in the electoral college. So she sits there now, and she has the authority to appoint these independent senators, so-called independent senators. and to see them shift, because when the PNM was in power, you saw the independent bench more often than not support and side with the PNM legislation, right? And now you have the UNC in power, and to see the entire bench, 9 independent senators, all vote against simple changes to a bill that was needed for the benefit of the Children's Life Fund, right? And it's a simple thing where they were saying, that the amendments that were being proposed was simply that anyone benefiting from the Children's Life Fund should be people seeking health coverage outside of Trinidad and Tobago, outside of the border. There shouldn't be something for if you're trying to get assistance inside Trinidad, because we already have facilities in place for that. So the Children's Life Fund was set up just to help children who need to go outside of the country, travel outside to get help and to get this medical attention. And that's the amendments that were being brought. To see the independent bench unionize and vote against these simple and obvious amendments 3 times, the president of the Senate had to cast a tie-breaking vote because of that. You have to question where exactly their loyalties lie and what are their priorities in the Senate and who are they representing, right? Those are the questions that need to be asked. And if it is that they are representing a partisan president or partisan party and they are part of the opposition now, then they need to make that known to the public and say, look, we are part of the establishment of the opposition and we are going to oppose everything that the government does simply because they were not responsible for putting us in this office.
Wow, you couldn't have said better.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. Because isn't this hypocrisy? If, of course, one of the concerns that they had is the power of the minister to, of course, in effect, veto or to approve, in spite of that committee's recommendation that the applicant would have gone before to examine their application. Why I'm saying that against the background, here it is a crucial piece of legislation that impacts, of course, even privacy, the question of the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, where the minister has a critical role to even, of course, hire people.
Yeah, the former minister.
To, of course, to populate that particular entity, and yet still they are haggling over that as opposed to, and having passed, of course, part and parcel of passing the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority with that kind of measure inside of it. I just want your comment.
Yeah, sure. And that's what I was going to is that, they will look at PNM legislation, which was flawed. And more often than not, we would take the same PNM legislation, carry it to court, or even threaten to carry it to court, and it would have to be amended. As you would remember, over the past 10 years, a number of these legislations went to court and got overturned because it was bad law that the PNM was writing. But yet, these same senators stood up in the Senate and voted in support of it. And here you have a case where, again, it's obvious and very simple legislation just to correct the errors that were happening within the Children's Life Fund and to just reevaluate and refocus it on what it was intended to do from the beginning when it started under Kamala Prasad in her first administration. These simple things that are obvious to anybody and that should get at least some of their support. You see, again, 9 of them, all of them voted time and time again against this bill. Shows where their loyalties are and shows where their priorities are.
Nice. Thanks so much, your honorable political activist. I will say political analyst and all. And a true son of the soil when it comes to people rights and constitutional rights in Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks so much for the interview today, my brother.
Sure. Thanks again for having me.
No problem. Yes, Mikey. Time check. It's about 1 minute to the hour of 10 o'clock. Yeah, Mikey, you could organize and wrap us up, man.
10 o'clock. All right, folks. It's been a pleasure. We do apologize for the technical challenge, but we are working on that. But yet still, we were able to bring to you the information that was necessary. And of course, not biased, not skewed. And again, you have the programs, you have the ground report, you have corridor transformation, you have the observer. And these are programs that you need to give your support to, because I'm telling you, bigger and better things are coming as well. Hey, folks, on behalf of the team, don't forget later on this evening, 8 p.m., our very own Lennox Smith, Corridor Transformation. Check him out on social media. Check him out on his page. And just remember, please try and stay alive. Until tomorrow, we are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.